What's up? I might have take the trash out downstairs. I already started live anyway.
All right.
Oh shit! I forgot. Got to do the hashtags. Fuck.
Hashtag no stupid questions.
That too. Okay. Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah,
We'll,
that
we'll
too.
go with that. We'll go with that. Fuck it.
You know how they do on here.
Shit. Ah, Lord have mercy. I'm so tired. Let me fix these hashtags. Fuck. I'm so tired. What the fuck are you watching?
I was watching the game. The Niners and Niners and Cardinals.
Uh, I can't wait to get it on. 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 I don't know why that song just came out to my mind.
Kristen was good, yo. Thanks for the money.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Christian. Wednesday. Yeah,
Yes. Can't wait.
yeah. This week might be a good week for some reviews.
Yes, it is. Yo.
I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it. I guess something's telling me about there's a dark side tonight. Okay,
I know.
your favorite album.
Yeah, I might do a video on that just because I hate
All
it.
right. Well, I'm doing Justified next week, so yeah.
And
So
you
I'm about
shouldn't.
to take
Don't do it if you don't like it. Don't do it if you don't
You
like
said
it.
what?
Don't do it if you don't like it.
I thought you didn't like Dance Dogs. He said you might do a video on it.
Yeah, a bad video. Not because
Yeah,
I like it.
that's what I'm doing. A bad review on Justified. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Krabs, is that you?
You didn't know the news was covering. I didn't know that either. I mean, it shouldn't be news, you know. If you helping the homeless or whatever. That's what's up, Christian. I'm glad you was at the Salvation Army. You know, if you got a chance to help the homeless, why not? Turkey? You giving free turkeys to people?
See Nino Brown?
Huh? No, what you mean? And Nino was just covering. He was covering his dirt by doing that.
I saw some of that stage play of New Jacks. That shit looks fucking laughable.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't going to see it.
My nigga Tretch is Nino Brown and shit.
Come on, that's a stretch.
Alan Payne is of course G Money.
That's a stretch.
Like how original, huh?
Right?
Fucking Flex Alexander's in the movie. Not just ruining the legacy. What's next? Menace to Society, the stage play. What the fuck is that?
Well, I don't know. Like people just be requesting me. I don't even know who the hell they be. Some Hindu chick.
Ugh! Got a black magic woman. You know that I was watching Soul Food last night, and something just hit me though.
Uh huh.
This nigga Ahmad didn't have no friends in the movie.
Ahmad.
Yeah, the little boy from Soul Food.
Oh yeah. And he had no friends.
Yeah, in the movie he was just always in the adult's business and shit. At least in the show he had some fucking
He was a
friends.
nosy ass. He was a little nosy ass nigga. He needed his
That's
ass
what I'm
beat.
saying.
You know.
That's why I like the show better because at least he had some friends. Yeah, at least he had a life and shit. I'm like, God damn.
I don't know.
Like, sit your little ass down, nigga.
His ass wanted to be around them too much.
Yeah, his ass was so fucking nosy. He almost burned the fucking house down and shit.
Right.
Little bastard. But yeah, but to me, the fucking Soul Food show was classic. I don't give a fuck what no one says.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good show.
I actually like the show more than a movie. I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
You got Nicole Ari Parker,
Yep.
the brown skin Vanessa Williams and shit.
Brown skin. The brown skin one is better.
You said what?
So the brown skin one was better,
You said better looking or better actress?
and she was better all around. You
Mm.
like the other one?
I mean, I like both Vanessa's the same. They have different acting styles and shit. Light skinned Vanessa Williams is like more. How can I put this? How can I put this? She's more stern when it comes to her acting, but brown skinned Vanessa Williams can be more versatile and shit.
You know.
Well, excuse me. Let me rewrite. Vanessa L. Williams. That's why. Yeah, because she had to add in the L so people won't think she's Vanessa Williams and shit. Jesus Christ. Just to let y'all know, after we talk about the first Santana album, I gotta go downstairs and boil some water.
What you doing? Making tea?
That, and I'm trying to pre-make some spaghetti for tomorrow.
Man, you
I
making
have,
dinner for tomorrow? Wow.
yeah, prepping. Yeah.
Prepping is another 4 course meal night.
Yep. Maybe a breakfast. I don't know.
Oh boy.
When I get kind of angsty or when I get kind of, how can I put this? Overwhelmed. I cook a lot at night. So yeah.
So when you're overwhelmed with work, you start cooking.
Yeah. Or if I'm just overwhelmed by music, or
It's the
if I just feel
holidays. You shouldn't be overwhelmed at all.
ouch, and I just dropped my keys on my foot. Shit, man. There's a lot of bullshit going on. Fuck the holidays, man. I just want the holidays to be over with.
But what's your favorite between CB4 and Fear of Black Hat?
What?
Your favorite between CB4 and Fear of Black Hat? Well, Christian's talking about we watching both of them.
Oh, Fearful Black Cats over all the way.
Mm, I don't even remember that movie. Probably was done.
CB4. I'm not gonna lie. I got kind of burnt out by that movie. I'm gonna be real because BT always played that fucking shit. And
CB4
some of
didn't
them,
like that. Was terrible. Did not
huh?
like that. That might be the worst Chris Rock film ever.
Oh no, he had a worse one.
CB4. CB4 was bad.
He had a worse one, man.
The soundtrack
CB4
was
was
good.
which one?
I like the soundtrack. The movie I don't for
Oh yeah, the soundtrack was fire.
CB4. Not good. Yeah.
Straight out of low cash. I felt like Fearful Black Cat was just way better.
I didn't like that album. Is that the one with Robert Townsend? Which one was that?
No, I don't think Robert Townsend was in that one.
I don't. I saw that. I think I saw that like way back, but I don't. I didn't like it.
You're a tough critic, try.
I am. You gotta be. Can't like everything.
Facts.
People that like everything, they full of shit.
I agree.
You know.
Well, people are just always full of shit, to be real with you.
Yeah.
Murder. Murder was the cake that they gave. As I look. Oh, shit! Fuck!
Okay.
Ouch. Fuck. Okay. Baby toe, hurting the baby toe is the worst feeling in the world.
No, I didn't like that either, Sam. Not a fan.
They're like, what?
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I never saw the whole movie. I'm not going to hold you.
Uh huh.
But I'd rather watch that than CB4.
I think anything is better than CB4.
Yeah, I'm cool, Q. I just hit my fucking baby toe in my suitcase.
Media Man, they ain't like that either. Y'all naming a bunch of trashy films. Where's the good shit? Media Man, that crap.
We were just talking about that earlier today.
The Parenthood saved Robert Townsend because if he didn't have that,
Yes.
he would have had a shitload of bad films.
Wait, so you didn't care for the 5 heartbeats?
Except for that, that's the best one. But Media
Okay.
Man, not a fan. All that other shit he did. I'm gonna get you, sucker. I didn't care for that.
What about Hollywood Shuffle?
Didn't like that.
What?
Nope. Didn't like it.
Oh, come on, man.
I just thought the acting was cheesy.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you that. But I honestly, I'm unpopular opinion. I kind of prefer Hollywood Shuffle over I Want to Get You, Sucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care who was in Media Man. It could have been Jesus Christ. It was still shit. What does
I
that
like
mean?
how they always do this shit.
Chris
Whenever
Tucker
we
was
don't.
in it. So what does that make it better? Because Chris Tucker did bad films too. So that's not saying much.
That one film, he had that blonde hair and shit like that.
You know.
Ooh.
More Money was good. I like More Money.
More Money's classic.
That's a good film. Then the soundtrack.
Fuck it.
One of his better films, Damon Wayans.
Best things in life are free. That's my shit, boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna start in about 10 minutes. I'm trying to get right for a minute. Actually, scratch that. 7 minutes. Fuck it.
You know, Money Talks was trash too. Y'all naming all the shitty films.
I actually like Money Talks.
Didn't like it. Not a fan. Fifth Element was good. I like Fifth Element. Eve's Bayou. Don't remember it. I think I saw that shit like once.
I
We
love
didn't
these.
we didn't discuss it yet. We're supposed to do a review on that
Yeah, I keep pushing that shit back. That's what reason.
because it wasn't good. That's why you don't want to do it.
The end. I didn't like the ending. Let's be
You don't
honest.
remember?
The
I don't
ending
know
I
the
didn't like.
movie. Don't remember it. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Okay, let me get comfortable. We're gonna talk about Latin rock. Where my locals, my essays at, yeah.
Nope. Players Club didn't like it.
Oh, come on now. Now you just being funny.
I'm not a fan of a lot of those films, man. It just the soundtrack was good, but a lot of those films they're not rewatchable
We
for
be
me.
clubbing.
That's
Yay,
one
yay,
reason. That's
yay.
one reason. That's one reason.
That's Don Mega Cube, boy.
Yeah, not a
Yay,
fan.
yay.
Don Mega. Give me old Ice Cube from the 80s.
I gotta actually write my Martin script for tomorrow. Shit. Why is life so hard?
Did you see the you saw the Jewel's interview on Vlad?
Not all of it.
He lying his ass off about what happened at the airport.
Man.
I'm like Jewel's, why you on here, bro? Like, just be honest about what happened. He's like, oh, I was hired the other night before, and I forgot I picked up the wrong bag and it had the gun in it. That's not what happened. I didn't run out of the airport. I just left the airport without my shoes on into a cab, and I found out on Hot 97 that they said I was wanted. I'm like, come on,
I
let
love
me do
when
my.
niggas lie, because
You know
the
what I'm saying?
lie just
Like,
gets more creative.
you could just tell he lying his ass off. Like, he can't even be honest on DJ Vlad. You know,
Honestly, there's been a lot of kind of boring interviews on Vlad lately. I'm just like, where are the good people at?
crazy.
Like, give me some good. I'm sick and tired of seeing fucking what's his name? What's his name? Fuck, I can't even think of his name. But hey,
See, what
it'll come.
happened
It'll come to me.
was my wife called me and told me I was wanted for they wanted to arrest me. I had a warrant for my arrest and shit. So this nigga left the airport without no shoes on when his bag and shoes is being scanned at the airport. Jumps in a cab back home, and you didn't know that you was being wanted for by the cops. No, I don't
Ed
believe that.
Lover, yeah. Sick and tired of seeing Ed Lover
You know,
and Young Jock too. Young Jock was back for like a third interview. I'm like, what? What the fuck?
he's like, what kind of idiot out do you think I am going into the airport with a loaded gun? I don't know, Jewels. He did 27 months in jail, so he's some type of idiot.
Dion.
Mhm. What kind of idiot am I? Dude, what kind of idiot do you think? And he's asking Vlad, what kind of idiot do you think I am, Vlad? I don't know.
And you're on Vlad TV, so what does that
Exactly.
tell
You
you?
talking about the incident, you lying about the incident too.
Why are you lying?
You know?
I don't mind Cruz. I don't mind Tony Yayo. I don't mind Havoc and Sagan. Boots, yeah, Boosie's another one. I was like, come on, nigga, stop. I'm sick and tired of Boosie. Every week, Vlad's interviewing Boosie. But I'm like, come on,
What Yayo got to talk about? How come Yayo can't talk about his failed solo career?
nigga.
You know? What does you have to talk about, Yayo? You know? Jewel's got the nerve to say that he had a better verse than Banks on Benzo Beamer. Where? You had a better verse where?
Honestly, he's been struggling with guests ever since Lord Jamar left.
You've been struggling with a lot. You got Nas out here proving him wrong that he's not a bad beat picker.
Yeah, invite Nas on your show, nigga.
Exactly. And right now it's on there. Who's a bad beat picker again?
As I look up at the
You
sky,
know, he had a better verse than Banks. Where? I think he's still on drugs. Banks still out here with heat. When the last time Joel dropped the album?
2005.
Exactly my point. So did the drugs prevent him from writing bars now? The opioids he was on and shit with Wheezy. Wheezy still putting out shit. So what's his excuse?
You know what, Q? I did enjoy the Teddy Riley interview months ago. I'll take that. That was like probably one of the last good ones I watched.
He said he was doing lean with Wheezy and Paul Wall, but they still coming out with shit. When the last time you dropped the album? Paul Wall came out with the album this year.
Really?
You know, yeah. He came out with the joint with what's his name? Terminology.
Oh, tits.
You know what I'm saying? That was a dope album. You know, Weezy still doing music. So what's Joel's excuse?
Get off that crack. In the words of Medea, get off that crack.
You on something?
Okay, let me get my notes together because I'm not trying to stay up all night doing this shit. Okay. I am ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What up, niggas? Welcome to another episode of hip hop. Oh, excuse me. Damn. Rock review. Just doing so much hip hop lately. It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
So we are about to go. We about to get some Latin persuasion. We're about to fucking go to quinceañeras and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Let me not piss anybody off. Let me stop. But we're gonna talk about a double review on Santana with his amazing first album, self-titled,
Yes.
and the
What happened to the
mediocre
naked girl?
Supernatural.
You
Huh?
don't got the naked girl cover
There's a naked girl cover? What? What?
for Abraxas. We doing Abraxas?
No, we were doing the self-titled album.
No, you said Abraxas.
I literally said self-titled, the
That's
first
what you.
one.
That's what you texted me. You said you texted me Abraxas.
I could have sworn I texted you
No,
the self.
no. You texted me Abraxas.
Hold up. Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, I said Santana's first album. This is Santana's first album.
Oh, I didn't hear that one. I only heard Supernatural. I thought it was Abraxas we was doing.
Nah, nah. It was this album and Supernatural.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Reggie's gonna do this first half by himself,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I'm
Let's just
gonna
do
do
that.
Supernatural with him.
Let's just do that. Yeah. All right. So as I was saying, we're gonna do the first album, it's the self-titled, and then we also gonna do Supernatural. Supernatural came out in 1999, so both albums are 30 years apart and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Santana, Carlos Santana. I've mentioned him so many times on this channel. If you guys don't know who he is, slap yourself. You know what I'm saying? This first album came out in 1969, August 22nd, on Columbia Records. It was produced by um, the group itself and also by Brent Dangerfield. The personnel of Santana includes Carlos Santana on guitar and backing vocals, David Brown on bass guitar, Greg Roll on lead vocals, Hammond organ and piano, Michael Shreve on drums, Michael Carabello on congas and persuasion, and Jose Japito Arias on timbales, congas, and percussion. All right, you know how we do it. We're going to ask how we got into fucking Santana, Carlos Santana. We'll start off with Try.
I mean, I got into Santana. My mom is, a huge fan of Latin music. And hearing Tito Puente and Celia Cruz and Gloria Stefan, Miami Sound Machine, and all that, and she was playing a lot of Santana stuff. Even back then, and um, he's is a great guitarist. I don't hear him mentioned when we talk about great guitarists. When we talk, when we mention a Slash or you know, Jimi Hendrix. I don't hear him. I don't hear his name, Santana. I don't hear that name being mentioned a lot, even for his band. And you know, his contribution to rock and bringing the Latin rock flavor to that genre. You know what I'm saying? And adding his own flavor to it, and it's danceable. You know, and having the Latin culture, being able to move to his music, and as well as it's a great combo. You know what I'm saying? A bring of Latin music and rock and roll, and I've always admired him for that. And you know, I got into his shit late though. It was like maybe 90s. So I mean, my mom was into that, but I wasn't listening to him like that yet. I just remember her playing it, and I think when Supernatural came out, that's when I really like tapped into his music, and going back and listening to Abraxas, and you know his greatest hits album, and then um I think he did an album with Ron Isley.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
did one with the Isley
yeah, he
brothers.
did a
Yep.
collab album with him and Ron Isley, and you know having he was on the Lauryn Hill album, to Zion. I always loved that song. I was like dedicated to her firstborn at that time, and he's done a lot of great features and things like that. And this man is a legend. This man needs to be discussed more than just Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? Like you have guitarists of color. People that's bringing their own flavor to rock and roll, and he's been great. He got a shitload of albums too. You know what I'm saying? He's still putting out music. I believe he's on what 19 albums already, 20 albums.
That sounds
So
about right.
yeah, so he's there's a lot of stuff that he has out. You know what I'm saying? So is a great performer. I've seen a lot of videos of him and stuff. Live stage performances and shit like that, and it's dope. It's dope to finally talk about him.
Yeah, man. I was just reading a comment from Ronnie saying DJ Khaled used the mirror. I hate that Wild Thought song to this day. I hate that song.
I like the
Ah, Wild
song,
Thought.
but well, I only like it because Rihanna is on it. But you know, I'll stick with the original with the Product G&B.
That's even worse, but we'll talk
You didn't
about
like
that.
that one? What?
We'll talk about it.
Oh man.
I tried to get this album a chance. I tried so hard, but hey, you know what's ironic?
Hmm.
The Supernatural was what actually got me into Carlos Santana.
Right.
Cause this album came out in '99, 2000. I remember seeing this album. Well, seeing like commercials and promos of this album everywhere and stuff like that too, because um it was like a big album. Like it pretty much held him down for maybe like '99, 2000, maybe a little bit of 2001.
Hmm.
And I know it got, spoiler alert, it got him album of the year in the Grammys and stuff like that too.
Right.
But then my dad, he had the Abraxas album,
Right.
a much better album to say the least. I
Yes.
could have done a double review on that and the first album, but I'm just like, you know what? Since we've been talking so much about Supernatural and stuff like that too,
Right.
I want to do like a best of both worlds, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, best of one world and shit, but but regardless, I feel like Carlos Santana is like literally one of the most visualized guitarists of all time.
Hmm.
He's definitely somebody that held his own and stuff like that. And generation after generation, people refer to him. He's still doing his thing right now and stuff like that too. So, what up, Mike?
What's good, Mike?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, salute to him. Now, when we're talking about the group, pretty much the group, Santana formed in 1966. Santana, he was born in Mexico, and he left Mexico for San Francisco. Yes, the same San Francisco we've been talking about, for this whole tripped out week. We
Right.
recently talked about, the Jefferson Airplane See Realistic Pillow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, San Francisco was like the how can I? It was like the promised land to hippies. Let's just be real. Um, so he did his first lineup of the band, and he had like Soyo Gaswakias on bass, Danny Harrell on drums, Marco Carabello on percussion. You know what I'm saying? And so they actually auditioned for this concert promoted by the name of Bill Graham at the Fillmore Auditorium and stuff like that too. And at that time, they were known as a Santana Blues Band. And so this is when they actually expanded and stuff like that. They added more members like Tom Frazier on guitar and vocals, Greg Roll on organ and vocals and stuff like that too. And everything was going on good and stuff until Carlos Santana had tuberculosis, which kind of put them on a little hiatus and shit like that too.
Right.
So pretty much, fast forward to 1967, um, they were supposed to have performed and opened for the Who and Loading Zone, but some members came late, and Bill Graham actually fired some of the group members and stuff like that too.
Wow.
So Santana, he kind of like rejuvenated the group, and he only kept what's his name? What's his name? He only kept fucking roll with them and stuff like that too. And so they shortened themselves from the Santana Blues Band to pretty much just Santana and stuff too. And also early 1969, Marcus Malone he left the group and stuff like that because of the fact that he was convicted of manslaughter.
Wow.
So yeah, yeah, Marcus Malone. He actually passed away last year, 2021, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty much he was serving a sentence, and after he got released from prison in 1973, and it said that he was like staying in the streets of Oakland and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, him and Carlos Santana they bury the hatchet and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, his health was not really up to par and stuff too. And also, around the late 20 teens, he actually got hit by a car and stuff like that too. So yeah, man, that's fucked up. But hey, um, so fast forward to 1968, they had gotten a deal on Columbia Records after opening up for another legendary group, the Grateful Dead, which ironically we mentioned them briefly on the Serialistic Pillow review and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? The late great Jerry Garcia, and they actually um had a chance to actually sign to Atlantic Records, but you know Carlos, he actually refused to perform for Atlantic because he wanted to be on the same label as a lot of legends like Miles Davis and Bob Dylan, who were on Columbia Records at the time and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So then they actually had a few more lineup changes, and the final lineup, like I mentioned earlier and stuff like that, it became what many fans known as like the classic lineup. And this is where we get into the first album and stuff like that too, which was Santana. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too because around this time, they performed at the same year they performed at two of the most important rock concerts. One, of course, being Woodstock. Get this fucking porn shit out my chat before I lose my patience. One was fucking Woodstock, which you guys should fucking know about Woodstock, And then the other was Altamont. And Altamont was the tragic concert where the Rolling Stones and the Grateful Dead organized, but then the Hells Angels went all crazy and started whooping ass and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they had a documentary based on Altamont called "Give Me Shelter," which I recently watched like last week for the first time. Very, very, very dope documentary. But it's crazy because Carlos Santana, their performance in Altamont was not shown in "Give Me Shelter." alongside Flying Burritos and Crosby, Stills, and Nash and stuff like that too. So if you guys want to see their performance, they have like some quality, some videos on YouTube and stuff like that, but it's not like the best of quality. Just letting y'all know right now. So without further ado, you know, they actually dropped this album right here. Very dope album cover, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I love the lion and stuff too. Also, I forgot to mention the singles. Singles off this album include Jenga, Jenga Ha, and Evil Ways. You know what I'm saying? Um, Damn, man, I really wish you would have listened to this album though, because you will not know what you were missing with this shit right here, boy. But it's all good. It's all good. So, but the thing also with this album, it actually has like some instrumentals as well too. Because when it comes the comparison between this album and Abraxas, which many people will say that's like their magnum opus and stuff like that. Um, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Was that the first album? You could still tell they were trying to find like I don't want to say they were trying to find their rhythm, but they were more interested in like jamming, like doing jam sessions rather than like actually making like kind of like songs, like if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, at that time you had groups like Grateful Dead. You had groups, of course, Zeppelin that came out and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Because at that time, like a lot of rock groups were trying to do that, have that little jam kind of set jam and stuff like that. The melodic kind of grooves and stuff. But Santana was like one of those groups that actually. What up, Kaya? What up, Kuji? Yeah, Kaya. I see your message on Instagram and shit like that. Appreciate it. But yeah, like Santana, in my opinion, were the ones that actually was one of the ones that actually did it the best, in my personal opinion. And I know people are saying, "What is this your favorite Santana album?" Their first two albums are really well. First three albums are really like my favorites. I like Abraxas more because I felt like the instrumentation was a bit more tighter, but at the same time, I love this album because you can really this is the kind of album you will play in like a fucking picnic and stuff like that. But at the same time, like a little block party. Like Abraxas is something you will play at like a sunset picnic, but this album is something you will play like a nighttime. It has like a more darker feel to it, if that makes sense. Based on some of the rhythms and shit too. So, yeah, pretty dope. I'm gonna show you what some of the album looks like and stuff too. That's what happened with the Rolling Stones and House. Yeah, it's Q. I just mentioned that shit too. Yeah, the Hell's Angels and shit. So right here you have some of the Columbia Records releases and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course you got my man right here, Miles Davis with In a Silent Way and shit too. Very dope album. Of course I mentioned Blood, Sweat, and Tears right here. Another very underrated rock group. Um I'm not gonna go through all these motherfuckers right here because we're here to talk about Santana. So yeah. Excuse me. All right, 8 tracks. Let me open up my notes on my phone and let's get this shit started and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Track number one, we got fucking Waiting. Very dope track. I love the way they started off this record right here and stuff. The organ, I love the organ that was mostly played by Greg Roll, who personally feel was like a, a silent hero when it comes to this album because you can definitely tell some influences when it comes to the Doors, which another rock group who I felt like definitely the later influence a lot of the motherfuckers in the late '70s and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So especially when it came to like Ray's organ playing, which I definitely feel like was very instrumentational when it came to the sound of the Doors. So Waiting, that's a very dope record right there. You know what I'm saying? Track number two, Evil Ways. Very another classic song. This track right here, definitely one of the earliest signature tracks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I love this record right here because of the fact that it definitely have the signature Santana sound and stuff like that too. But well, people should know that this song was actually a cover. The original version of the song was sung by the Puerto Rican artist by the name of Willie Bobo, but the more famous version comes, of course, from Carlos Santana, of course, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the Woodstock performance of this song. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope. And it actually became like the first top 40 and top 10 hit in the US and stuff too. So, um, also a little trivia I forgot to mention. Greg Roll, he actually joined Journey too, like in the early '70s and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. And Greg Roll, he actually sung lead on this track too. So yeah, very, very, very dope record. Track number three, Shades of Time. This song was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have too much to actually say about this record and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool song. I love the vocal arrangements on this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Then track number four, we got a Saver, excuse me. Um, very very nice little jam right here. This is like another instrumentation, instrumental. I can't talk today. Fuck it. Another instrumental and stuff like that. I loved how definitely the sound was escalating a lot when it came to this fucking record and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, pretty dope record. I like it. Um, track number five, Django, ha, Django, pa, dan, that. Sorry about that, but yeah, man, this track right here, Django, was one of the best tracks they've ever done, in my personal opinion. Um, the thing I like about this record right here is this definitely was okay. Of course, the song was a cover. It's a variation of a song from this Nigerian drummer by the name of Babatunde Olatunji, if I'm saying his name right. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually the first ever song with African drums that was actually released in America and stuff like that too. So just a little trivia on that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people actually a lot of people actually like the Woodstock performance, but I'm more of a fan of the performance they did the performance they did on the Ed Sullivan show. I want to say either that one or Persuasion was the one that kind of did lip sync, but at the same time, I still vibe with that stuff too. The Woodstock performance of it was good. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Kuji, you're a stupid fool for the message you sent me. Um, yeah, man. Then track number six, we got Persuasion. Another very good record right here. You know what I'm saying? Very chill and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, when it comes to Persuasion, you can tell with this song right here, they got a bit more up tempo and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A little roots, a little funk and shit. You know what I'm saying? I love the guitar from Carlos Santana when it comes to this track right here. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I got from this song was like how what can I say? A guy's in love and stuff like that with his girl, and a girl makes you feel good, and a girl makes you feel good and stuff like that. And he's pretty much thinks like she's like the best thing in the world and like the best thing since sliced bread, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So pretty dope record. Track number seven, Treat. Um, Treat is actually my favorite track off this album. Again, I love the piano that was done. I love the piano on this record. Greg Roll again did his thing on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? It's to me the early. It's like the early. They actually have a longer version of this song, but it can be only be found on like the Santana live at Fillmore '68. You know what I'm saying? Which even though that was recorded in like late '68, they didn't actually release that live performance until 1997. You know what I'm saying? So, very good record. Track number eight, You Just Don't Care. Um, Again, another solid record. Nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then the last track of this album was this track called Soul Sacrifice. Again, it's another instrumentation. What am I fucking doing? Instrumental. Why can I fucking talk today? Instrumental. It's another instrumental and stuff like that too. Um, it's actually one of their earliest compositions and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And they actually performed this track at the last song on Woodstock and stuff, and it was actually a pretty good instrumental. I like it. Now, even though I said all the songs off this album, there's one track in particular that I do want to talk about that was recorded around this time, but it's actually a it's actually part of the Woodstock. It's actually Fried Neck Bones. I love that track right there. For one, all of my Dr. Dre fans should know about that track. That's the song he used for Snoop Dogg's "Murder Was the Case," stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. Too, you know what I'm saying?
The remix or the original?
Original,
Original.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, man. And I remember when Snoop did the 20th anniversary of Doggy Style on
mhm.
SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
Remember SoundCloud, y'all?
Yep.
And he played he actually got me into the song with that sample, and the way how Dre slowed down that sample, and made it more haunting and stuff like that, I definitely loved it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's actually if that song was actually on the retail version of this album, it might actually be my favorite, but I just have to name it right now. So
Right.
overall, this album to me is a very dope album in my personal opinion. I definitely feel like it's a classic. It's a very influential album when it comes to like Latin rock and stuff too. Again, if you're into like a lot of the jam sessions, kind of rather that jam rock kind of ordeal, this might be the perfect album for you. You know what I'm saying? Now I do admit, um, song structure wise, they actually got they bit better with the Abraxas album and stuff like that too, which we're gonna have to talk about that hopefully either before the year's over or just anytime early
Right.
2023.
I wrote notes for it already. So
Facts, yeah. But yeah, man, this album right here, it's a fucking dope album, classic album and shit like that too. So I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5 in my opinion.
oh, wow.
And this album should still be in print too. So all right, so let me go boil some water,
Yep.
and I'll be right back.
It's tea and scrumpet night.
Huh?
It's tea and scrumpets night, right? Tea and scrumpets. Which artist is a better singer? That nigga in the alley, Curtis Mayfield, or Mr. Take Your Widow, Bobby Womack? Oh wow, Curtis Mayfield for me. I think his first four solo albums are like from his best shit ever. You know. So give me any of those solo albums from Curtis. You know what I mean? Superfly soundtrack and the Curtis album, Back to the World. He had some great stuff. Carlito's Way soundtrack. I don't think I ever heard that one. Good movie though. Better pianist. Well, I think most people would say Ray. Ray was good. I like Stevie though. I've heard more Stevie music. I like a lot of his albums. You know, um, now that would have been a good versus two blind men at the piano. That would have been great. You know, I don't know who would have the edge. It's basically about what type of music you going for. You want the soul, Go with Stevie. You want the blues? I guess you would go with Ray. Yep. What's your favorite songs on this Santana album? I could have sworn Reg texted me Braxis. I don't remember him saying this album though. Evil Ways. I think that's one of my favorites on this album. So I remember that song. Yeah, he had to meet Ray Charles to if he's doing a biopic on him. I would think he would have to meet him. How do you feel about alternative hip hop? Alternative hip hop has always been it's always been great. Artists get freedom to do whatever they want, and they ain't gotta follow no label politics and what to put on the radio, and they have more freedom to express their art, and it's alternative and it's better. It's a better. You have better artists when it's alternative, depending on who it is. Yeah, Dead Prez was great. And they didn't follow what the labels wanted, and it was still conscious rap at the same time. You know, um, I don't know. I think whatever alternative artists you feel like is great. I mean, some artists are not considered alternative or whatever, but I think they're better because they're not following the guidelines to what the mainstream want. You know what I'm saying? So favorite Jamie Foxx movie? Probably Ray. I think Ray was like his best film. I don't like a lot of Jamie Foxx films. There's a lot of stuff he did was crap, and that was even before he got the Oscar. You know, forgot the movie. There's a movie that he did where he played like a homeless man. He was like living under the highway. I forgot the name of that though. That was a good film. Collateral was good. Him and Tom Cruise. That's really about it. I didn't like a lot of his stuff. Even this summer he did a vampire film. Um, I didn't really care for that. But Ray Collateral. Somebody said Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday was cool. Um, that's really about it that I like from him. I don't like a lot of his movies that he does. Booty Calls, I did not care for that. Favorite alternative album? There's too many though. I like Kid Cudi's first couple of albums, Man in the Moon 1 and 2. B.O.B. Great Adventures of Bobby Ray, that was a good one. It's a lot. Dead Prez was great. Their first album. Night Shift was okay. It's an okay vampire film. It's just I felt like they left a lot out of the film, like how he became a vampire hunter. You know, how did the city just get vampires if they wasn't always there? Favorite Eddie Murphy film? Bellios Cop, classic. Love that film. That's what really set it off for Eddie. Um, Favorite. Somebody asked me that today. Favorite Denzel movie. Malcolm X or He Got Game. Those two. For me, Training Day was great. He did a lot of good movies. That's an actor I could watch most of his films, and most of his films were good. Even the underrated ones. Ricochet was underrated. That was good. Um, John Q was good. That was underrated. And Denzel he doesn't do shitty films. Like that's a dude I could watch most, all his films, just about. Yeah, those Beverly Hills Cop, Harlem Nights, Golden Child, Coming to America. Those his best ones. I like Nutty Professor, Part One, that one too. Most underrated biopic. I don't know if I've seen any underrated ones. The Jimi Hendrix one was good with Andre, but he couldn't use the actual Jimi Hendrix music. Um, that's really about it. Every other biopic was either was good or was bad. Favorite Samuel L. Jackson film. Um, favorite. I actually liked them in Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Him and Bruce Willis in Harlem. I think that was great. That's my favorite Die Hard film. Actually, they just had good chemistry, on screen and the storyline with you know John McClane in New York City during the summertime, and he's dodging foreign criminals, or actually he has to stop the foreign criminals from getting all the gold bars and dodging, you know, black people in Harlem because they think he's racist, and that one was great. Damn, Sam done a whole bunch of shit that I like from him. Nick Fury in Avengers. Um, he done a lot though. I'm trying to think of his what the other films he's done. Like I seen a lot of. Oh, he's another like actor that I've seen a lot of his movies. Underrated, or the big films. The Django. I forgot he was in that. He was good in that. Yeah, I didn't like him in the Django. Like he was good, but his character was like I wanted his character to get killed off. Him and Leo. Long Kiss Goodnight. That was good. Changing Lanes. I went to see. That was good. Him and Ben Affleck. I think was in that. Um, favorite Wesley Snipes film. Favorite Wesley Snipes film. I like him. I liked him in Jungle Fever. Um, Blade. Jungle Fever. New Jack City, of course. Nino Brown. He should have got an Oscar for that. Santana was on Lauryn Hill's first album. I said that earlier. He's on a track called To Zion. Celia Cruz, another Latin artist, rest in peace, Celia Cruz. She was on Wyclef's first solo album, Carnival, on Guantanamera with Lauryn Hill. So it's not the first time you have Latin artists that's done stuff with hip hop artists. You just gotta go back and look. It's a whole lot of them. Wildcats. I don't remember Wildcats. Passenger 57. That was a good
I'm
album.
back.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this trash album over with.
What movies you believe had the best soundtrack? I wouldn't say what I believe. I think. I mean, I think the general consensus is a lot of those soundtracks are classic. You know, Juice, New Jack City, um,
What y'all niggas talking about?
Menace to Society.
Mm,
You know, those
classic.
soundtracks. Yeah, Superfly, Shaft,
Men in Black.
Men in Black. Yes, Men in Black.
Okay. Shit, where the fuck? Okay, there you are. All right, so Supernatural. You say you got this album, right?
Yes.
And the fun lasted and the good money. Shit. Alright, so Supernatural came out in 1999. Excuse me. June 15th to be exact. On Arista Records, aka Clive Crypt Keeper Davis and Jonathan Noble and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Clive, my boy Clive. My boy Clive. My boy Clive. My boy Clive. Man, this has Clive Davis written all over it. What? I'm telling you, man. The fuck is the Dave Matthews Band doing on this album?
man, they on a good song though.
I disagree, but
They
we'll
on a
see.
good song. I don't, and I'm not a fan of them, but they on a good song.
I never liked them.
I don't like them, but
They
they on a
they
good
they
song.
too they too suburban for me.
There's some artists on this album I didn't listen to, but they on a good song.
We'll talk about that. Now I feel like this review might be a little bit debated and shit, but you know what? I'm ready. So yeah, Arista Records this album came out. It was known for singles like "Smooth." Oh God. Put Your Lights On. Maria, Maria. Um, Love of My Life. Corazon Espinado and Primavera. And yes, I'm trying to roll my R's for this review, so bear with me right now. Excuse me. Producers include Carlos Santana, Clive Crypt Keeper Davis.
Why you keep calling them that?
Bob, nigga old as fuck.
Why you
Nigga
keep
look like
calling
he
them
fucking
that?
600 years old and shit.
My God.
Jerry Wonder Duplessis. The Dust Brothers was on this record. Oh shit, okay.
Is
Alex
it good now?
Gonzalez. Excuse me.
Is it good now?
Well, I actually heard this record when I was on my way home, and I didn't
Oh,
really look at the productions and shit. So we'll see what they produced and shit.
Wyclef is actually producing on here too. How Wyclef give him a good song? What you fucked up Cannabis whole album? Explain that to me.
That was a good song, but oh, okay. Charles Gooden, Lauryn Hill, Art Hodge, Wyclef. Damn, this is like a Fuji's reunion. Okay. Fair Olvera. Where the fuck Pros at?
Right?
Casey Porter.
The
Where the
forgotten
fuck
man.
John Forte at? Dante Ross.
He was locked up by them.
Who? John Forte?
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Remember
oh,
he got locked up for the
oh
liquid.
yeah, yeah. I forgot he was locked up around this town. Oh shit. Um, Dante Ross, Matt Seletsik, and Stephen Harris. Guest appearances. Oh, you're gonna have fun with this.
Dante Ross, the old man that fucked up my name. That Dante Ross.
That bitch ass nigga.
Wow, that old bastard. Okay.
Alright, Dave Matthews, Carter Buford, Everlast, Rob Thomas. You know Rob Thomas coming from Matchbox 20. Lauren Hill, CeeLo Green. Sincere, Money Harm. Oh, excuse me, Projects G and B. You know what I'm saying? Which was Wyclef, Pauna Jays and shit. Shit. Mana,
Mm.
Eagle Eye Cherry, and Eric Clapton. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's get this shit over with. All right, let's get this shit over with. So Santana was pretty big, you know, throughout the 70s. and stuff like that too. But then they kind of lost a little steam commercially by the time the '80s rolled around. You know what I'm saying? Because the mid '70s they were kind of experimenting a little bit. You know what I'm saying, with like different kind of styles, as evidence as like in albums like as Caravanserai, Caravanserai, which I feel like was a very underrated album, and also albums like Welcome and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, they kind of had like a commercial decline during the '80s and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the members kind of going through like personal issues as well too. Drug addiction, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So then, by the time like the '90s rolled around, by the time the '90s rolled around and stuff like that, his deal with Columbia Records that came to an end in 1991, and so the band actually dropped out like Milagro and the Sacred Fire live in South America in 1992 and 1993 respectively. But commercially, they was not popping like the label wanted them to pop and stuff too. So, um, Carlos Santana left Columbia. I mean, he felt. I mean, he didn't leave. I mean, he felt like the label was not really prioritizing him and stuff like that as much. Because if I'm not mistaken, Mariah Carey was on Columbia Records at this time and shit.
1999.
No, no, no. I mean the early '90s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, she left. Well, then she made a transition to Def Jam.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like at that time, Mariah was like their bread and butter when it came to
Right.
Columbia. Shit.
Yes.
So y'all know how that shit goes. So fast forward to 1996, he met Island Records founder Chris Blackwell and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And Santana told Blackwell that he was working on this album and stuff too, but he felt like Island Records was not the right label for it for the promotion and shit too. So they went shopping for different labels, and long and behold, 1995, he met the man, the mystery, the legend, Mr. Clive Crypt Keeper Davis, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And because they had a documentary about Clive Davis like in '95 and shit too,
Right.
and they became acquainted with one another, and Clive Davis was interested in signing them to Arrested Records, and they were close to signing with other labels like EMI and surprisingly Tommy Boy Records. Yes, that Tommy Boy
That would
Records.
have been a disaster.
Yes, thank God they
Sure.
did not go that route.
Yeah.
So, um, pretty much, Clive, he wanted to do his thing and stuff like that with them. So that by the mid to late '90s, they were in the studio working on Supernatural and stuff like that as contract negotiations was trying to be settled and stuff like that too. So next thing you know, Clive Davis, he wanted to sign them as long as he has like creative input on their projects. No surprise there, because when it comes to Clive Davis and stuff, he was one of those guys. He was one of those guys and stuff like that. Like pretty much, whenever an artist was going through like a commercial decline, he was swooping and saved them as long as he has creative input.
Mhm.
Perfect example when
Pink.
Dionne Warwick is a perfect example.
Mhm.
Very successful in the '60s, but when the '70s hit, her biggest hit, like in the early to mid '70s, was the song she did with the Spinners. Then came you, which I like that song and shit like that.
Mhm.
But then when he signed Dion to Arista Records in like '78, '77, one of them years, and they dropped the Dion album, I think '79, he had input on that, and that actually became her most successful album in her career, and actually my favorite album as well too. You know what I'm saying?
And he saved Pink from LaFace.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. When L.A. Reid was trying to make her the next Tina Marie,
Right.
Pink was like, "Nah, I gotta go back to the white folks and shit." You know what I'm saying? So, what did Clive Crypt Keeper Davis do? Saved him.
He mean the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. That's what he said when he says Clive Crypt Keeper Davis. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
He's saying I think Ronnie's interpreted it wrong though. He didn't hear what you said.
Oh, you talking about Ronnie
Yeah,
and shit? Okay.
the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. But we all know Clark's best creation was Whitney Houston. Let's his best one was Whitney. Let's just stop
And
right there.
Alicia Keys and Alicia Keys.
Yeah, and Alicia Keys. Yes.
After Jermaine Dupri had her on Social Death, and he got rid of her.
Yes, yes. And yeah, because Alicia was on the Men in Black soundtrack and shit.
Right, right.
No, you good, you good, Ronnie. Sometimes with this microphone and shit like that, you can understand what I'm saying sometimes too. So you know how that shit goes. So like I mentioned before, Supernatural had came out and it was a big monstrous hit. And this was around the time when in the late 90s to the early 2000s, everybody wants trying to be like a Latina. Everybody was trying to be Mexican and shit like that. Because this was the era of the Ricky Martins.
J Lo was huge.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
before Jenny from the Block, she was just the Latino girl from next door.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Enrique Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
God. Um, yeah, everybody just wanted to be Latina and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Christina Aguilera. People
Mm-hmm.
forget she's Latina too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and this album made history. It won 9 Grammy Awards.
Nine Grammys for this. I love
And
this album cover. This is a classic album cover.
that's the best thing about the album.
I love it. That is not the best thing about this album. That is not the best thing. This album is good. Gloria Stefan is from the 80s. She came out with Miami Sound Machine.
Yeah. All right. And you know whose record they broke? He broke with that.
Oh,
Michael Jackson.
Michael
You
Jackson
know,
Thriller?
yeah, because MJ, he won 8 awards for Thriller.
Mm.
Supernatural won 9 awards.
This album good, but it ain't better than Thriller though. I'm
I
sorry.
know, right?
Sorry,
Right.
Santana. I'm gonna tell you right now, no album is better than Thriller. I'm sorry. Thriller is the best. This album is
And
good, not better than Thriller.
and y'all think I'm lying when I said this album was big.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he broke Michael's record.
Yes, he did. He did. But yeah, y'all think I'm lying when I say this album's big. But let me read you the Grammy Awards that they won. Let me just read y'all. It won a Record of the Year and Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals for Smooth. And we're gonna find out who else it lost to when we get to those songs and stuff like that too. It won Best Pop Performance with Maria Maria, Best Pop Instrumental Performance with El Pharrell, Best Rock Instrumental Performance with The Calling. Literally every song on this album won an award.
Right.
Best Rock Vocal Performance, Put Your Lights On.
Great song.
Really?
Great
That
song with Everlast. Yes, this is and Whitey Ford Everlast at that time. Remember?
I mean, I like Whitey Ford Everlast, but like I said,
wasn't Everlast nominated for the Whitey Ford Sings the Blues in that same Grammys?
He was.
He won that, yeah.
Yeah, but there's only like 2 songs I like from this, and that particular, I'm gonna say my thoughts on a lot of these songs.
How did we go from doing? I didn't know this was gonna be a trashy review. Also, how did we go from doing his first album and then we get to this album and it's a trashy review?
I told you I didn't like this album.
Wow.
I've been telling y'all niggas like for years.
I didn't even get it. I didn't even. I heard the wrong album to begin with, and then we get to this album and you don't even like it. This is going to be an interesting review.
And I'm gonna read to y'all what album it lost to for an album of the year. So it lost to TLC's Fan Mail.
That's a good album.
Dixie Chicks Fly. The Backstreet Boys Millennium. Yes, the Backstreet Boys were Millennium. And Diana Carroll with When I Look in Your Eyes. Which honestly, out of all those albums, I'm more of a fan of TLC.
Yeah.
But album of the year, I don't know if I would have given it to Fan Mail.
That was big.
It was big.
No Scrubs alone. That was like the biggest hit of 2000s.
True.
That was a big hit. Pretty was on that album, and
Where's Californication? First of all,
that is true. That's my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album. That is
right.
That is true.
I was surprised because that album was big too.
What was that in the rock category though?
Yeah, the album was a rock category. Let me look.
That might have been for rock though, but album of the year, I don't know. Would you put Red Hot Chili Peppers in album of the year?
Absolutely. Californication was a good album. Way better than this shit. Oh,
Man,
shit, man. Let me see if Californication was nominated for anything. Shit, even the album cover is better than Supernatural. I'm sorry, man. Shit.
no, come on. This
Oh,
this
nigga.
actually, this is art right here. What are you talking about? This is art.
Oh,
Literally,
wow.
somebody drew this. Somebody illustrated this album cover. This is not some shit that he made with pen and pixel. This is a work of art right here.
Yeah. So, for best rock album, Californication was nominated for best rock album, alongside Melissa Etheridge Breakdown, Limp Bizkit's Significant Other.
Ooh,
That was
classic.
so. Wait, Limp Bizkit over Rage Against the Machine, Battle of Los Angeles.
No,
Really?
no. Three of those are classics: the Rage album and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And look at the other nomination: Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Echo.
Not a fan. Not a fan of Tom
This
Petty.
was just a slow year for rock music.
It was
Shit.
not a slow year. That was a great year. You had three classic rock albums in that category alone.
Battle of Los Angeles shits all over all those albums,
I
including
love that album.
California.
That's my favorite Rage album. Significant Other, my favorite Limp Bizkit album, and Californication, my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album. So
I never
I have
liked
no
Limp
complaints.
Bizkit.
Who won that category though?
Santana.
Oh, Santana won. Oh, for rock.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
best rock album and album of the year.
Oh wow. I don't think it's better than those three rock albums. I maybe Limp Bizkit, maybe not better than Rage Against the Machine and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Battle of Los
Yeah,
Angeles
they made a
was
mistake. They made a mistake with the rock category. Now, album of the year is a different story, but it's not better than those rock albums.
for real. Battle of Los Angeles though.
Yeah, that was a great album.
Battle of Los Angeles though.
I said that was a great album.
I know, I know. I'm not. I'm just saying that album,
Well, you
best
gotta
album
look
of
at it like
'99.
you gotta look at it like this. Since Santana, since 2000, what is the last Latin rock artist that made a great album that could be nominated in those? There hasn't been nobody.
There hasn't.
So this was a groundbreaking album for Latin rock in itself. Like to put Latin rock artists in those major categories that you didn't have nobody else. He you know what I'm saying? And yet to me, he had a great album with this.
Respect.
The rock category is a different story. I don't feel like it's better than Battle of Los Angeles and Californication. Now you can make a debate if it's better than Significant Other. You know what I'm saying? I still think that's Limp Bizkit's best album, but is it better than that album? I don't know. That could be a debate.
Yeah, man. Because it's just like I mean, don't get me wrong. The one thing I will say, Santana's guitar work was still good. Like I can never say anything bad about his guitar playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to this album. But
We talking about it. We talking about the album though. The guitar plays there. We talking about the album and overall. Is it better? I don't think it's better than those rock albums though.
it's not.
And
But
it's beat out.
I'd
It's beat
rather
out
listen
like
to
pop categories too.
huh?
It beat out like the pop artists as well.
We going to talk about those once we get to those songs and shit
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about all that. But honestly, I'm not a fan of Limp Bizkit, so I might be biased. I'd rather listen to this Supernatural than Limp Bizkit.
Right.
And when it came to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, I like few songs, but not full albums and shit.
Nookie was everywhere in '99.
Nookie
Nookie was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a huge
was
song.
Nookie.
Nookie from the Significant Other album.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Nookie was everywhere. That was a huge rock song when that came out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is it better than? I don't know. Like I said, that could be debatable. It's a great album. I don't think it's better than those rock albums in that category though.
Respect. All righty. All right. Yeah, man. Let me put my teacup down the other way. I just finished up my tea. Shit. Okay, let's get this shit over with because I've done enough stalling for right now. And I know I want to get into which songs try likes more than others and shit.
I like the whole album.
I know you do.
I have my favorites though, but I like the whole album.
Shit. I'd rather listen to Jefferson Airplane than this shit.
Oh Lord.
Fuck. Hell, give me Velvet Underground. Shit. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me be serious. All right, let me be serious. Let me stop. All right, so 13 tracks. You know how we gotta get this. You gotta get this shit started and stuff. Now, ironically, my favorite track is actually the first song off this album. They
The
are
first song is your favorite track?
You said what?
The first song is your favorite track.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm watching some shit on TV and stuff too, which is why I'm laughing. But yeah, they that Dala Yaleo stuff like that's actually my favorite track off this album. Why? Because it's vintage Santana and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, he did produce this record and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. This was a pretty cool track right here and stuff too. It tells a story about him finding love when he was in France and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny too because it's just like when it comes to this song, it's talking a lot about crossing cultures, excuse me, and whatnot too. So I like this fucking track. The guitar is very good on this. Oh, I'm gonna let you. Yeah, the guitar is very good on this shit. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
this is a pretty dope track.
Yeah, I thought it was good to start off the album. Had a nice groove to it, nice beat. You know, the pianos, the guitar play from Santana. It definitely sounded like vintage Santana from his first album and Abraxas, and I liked it.
Definitely. And I forgot to mention too, and I know I'm talking too much, but he actually got some new members and stuff like that when it came to this album and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up the person now. So pretty much, the main members he was coming was yeah, Carlos Santana, of course, Benny Ritvid on bass, Carl Perazzo on percussion. I want to say there's a lot of members like Rodney Holmes on drums and stuff like that. But yeah, those are just some of the new members and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, so that was a pretty dope song. And it goes downhill from here. Track number 2, "Love of My Life," featuring Dave Matthews and Carter Buford. Now, just letting y'all know, I've never really been the biggest fan of the Dave Matthews Band and
Same.
stuff like that too. I definitely feel like their music was kind of boring and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Too suburban and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Again, the instrumentation saves this song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's alright. I mean, just for the instrumentation, I like.
Yeah, I never been a fan of their music, but I do think they sounded good on this song, and it was melodic, a nice bass line, nice guitars, the beat. You know, you got them singing "Where You Are, That's Where I Want to Be," and "Your Eyes, All the Things I Want to See," and I like that. I think Santana. There's like one or two artists on here that I would never listen to, but with Santana on it, he made them sound good, and I think that's why it was so accessible and so easy to listen to, and it had that crossover appeal. Because if you wasn't a fan of Dave Matthews Band or Matchbox 20, when you hear this album, it's like, oh, they sound good with Santana, even though you never checked out any of their own shit. Maybe after listening to this album, it made you want to go back and listen to a Matchbox 20 album or last album or whatever. So I liked it, even though I wasn't a fan of Dave Matthews Band. I thought they sounded good with Santana.
I feel you on that. Track number 3, we got motherfucking Put Your Lights On featuring Everlast. Now, this track was nominated. It's kind of weird though because this track was nominated for pop collaboration with vocals.
Right.
Ironically, he lost to himself with Smooth. More on that later.
Wow.
But it did manage to win Best Rock Vocal Performance. Jesus Christ, I was just in love with this.
I
And
told you it was big.
we'll get into that. And honestly, the competition wasn't really that good. You had Garbage with Special, Google Dolls Black Balloon, Hole with Malibu, and Red Hot Chili Peppers with Scar Tissue, which that was a pretty
Scar
cool song.
Tissue is one of my favorites on Californication though.
Yeah.
But I don't know it. I mean, out of all of the records on that album, would you have picked that one to be nominated? They had so many others.
You said they had so many others.
Yeah, like Other Side. You got the title
Mm,
track. There's a lot of joints that they could have picked besides Scar Tissue. Scar Tissue was good though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I would have just picked that one. I would have picked maybe two or three others off that album.
I feel you. I was gonna say, so a little trivia, and Everlast, he wrote this song after he had his major heart attack in '98,
Mm,
and it actually definitely fits though because of the fact that what was I about to say? This song definitely had a Whitey Ford sings the blues feel to
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I know a lot of people will hate me for this, but I love that fucking album. It's an acquired taste. It's
It
an
is.
acquired taste.
It is.
You're not gonna get the I can't take it down. You're not gonna get that and
Right.
stuff like that. You're more gonna get that bluesy kind of shit.
hmm
But it didn't really fit the album. I'm gonna be real. It didn't really fit Supernatural. And that was my main issue with this, you know. So,
hmm
and it was produced by your best friend too, Dante Ross.
Oh Lord. He produced with that female bastard. I didn't know you could even work a mixing board. You can't get my name right, but you can make a beat. Wow, unbelievable. Um, the thing. See, I'm so used to hearing Everlast with Lethal and with Danny Boy that when you hear him sing and play the guitar is different. You know what I mean? And when Waddy Ford came out, it threw me off. Because I was like, he's singing now. Like, what's going on here?
Right,
And but see when you listen to the second solo album, either Waddy's, he's back to rapping on that one. You know what
right.
I'm saying? But Waddy Ford was dope. I gotta hear that again. It's been years since I heard that. But that was I remember that year the Grammys, it was Santana and Everlast. They were showcasing that whole show. Um, this definitely sounded like a song that could have been. I mean, for me, I think could have been on. Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. It was real dark, and you had Everlast singing on this, and it had like an alternative rock sound to it than your regular Latin rock that Santana would give you. So it's almost like it's Everlast featuring Santana, not Santana featuring Everlast. You know what I'm saying? And you had Everlast, saying, there's a monster living under my bed, whispering in my ear. There's an angel saying I got nothing to fear. You know what I'm saying? Put your lights on, and it had like a real horrorcore, dark feel to it. Probably like one of the most, I mean, darkest songs on this album. But I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? But for people that love Everlast rapping, you got to skip Whitey Ford because he ain't rapping on that album. It's all singing. It's almost like it's like the acoustic version of what Q-Tip gave us with Kamal the Abstract. Even though he
Ooh,
was on that,
that's
but he was
that's
also
a good
rapping.
comparison.
Huh?
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, but he was rapping on that also. It wasn't just all singing for those 10, 11 tracks. Even though he was playing live instruments and he was doing the majority of singing, but he had like 2 or 3 tracks where he's rapping. But Everlast is like all singing on that Whitey Ford album. So if you're a fan of Everlast rapping, Whitey Ford ain't gonna be for you. You got to go to his second album, Eat at Whitey's, where he's back to rapping on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I enjoyed the track. I thought it was a good track.
Yeah. To each his own. That's what I gotta say. Track number 4. Um, Africa Bamba. Again, another song I kind of wanted to like, but again, something about I just didn't really vibe with. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was a melodic track. It had a nice beat, nice guitar play. It was cool. There's nothing that stand out about it to me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One thing I would give it. Is again a nice little jam, a session and stuff like that too. But hey,
Right.
let's get this one over with. Smooth, featuring Matchbox 2020's Rob Thomas. My fucking goodness, fucking Jesus Christ! I never liked this song. I never liked this fucking. I never liked Matchbox 20. First of all,
That
that
was I would never like them either.
wait, hold on, Ronnie. You said George Michael was supposed to be on the smooth track?
I can't hear George Michael on this. That's
Wow,
why he declined it. I don't think that's his style.
wow,
I can't hear George. I couldn't hear George Michael on this
wow.
track.
And this was around the time when he got caught playing Tilly Tally in the fucking park and shit, right?
Right.
Oh wow. No, wait. He got caught in the bathroom.
The bathroom, yeah.
This was the bathroom. Okay.
Mhm.
He always getting caught having sex somewhere and shit.
Oh man, rest in peace.
George, man, George is a fucking character, man. I love George Mike to the day I die, man. I don't give a fuck.
But just his vocals, I think this is not his speed though.
Nah.
It is.
Thank
I don't.
God. Thank God he didn't come in this, but yeah, I would have stuck with the outside song, you know what I'm saying? I was stuck with that. But yeah, but this track right here, man, apparently this is like a lot of people's favorite track because this song won 3 Grammy Awards. Not one, not 6, but 3 Grammy Awards. You know what I'm saying? Who did it beat out for record of the year, man?
I think it's overplayed as fuck. You know. Again, I wasn't a Matchbox 20 fan, but I mean, to me, Rob sounded good on this, but they played the shit out of this song. I'm like, yo, this is not the best song on the album. You know what I'm saying?
That I agree with.
It's not the best song on the album. It was good. You know what it is? It's good for mainstream. For people that's not familiar with Santana, but they might be a fan of Matchbox 20. That's how you introduce Santana to their fan base. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I did so well because people at that time they loved Matchbox 20, but maybe they forgot about Santana or they wasn't a fan of him, and then they see Rob doing a song with Santana. Oh, let me check out this guy named Carlos Santana, and it just blew up like that. But this is not the best song on the album.
It's not even the best song of the decade.
Yeah, it's not the best song of the decade. No,
And for record of the year, damn, they got all the big hits from '99. Okay, so Sheer with Believe, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, Ricky Martin, Leaving La Vida Loca,
wow.
Latin Persuasion, and TLC, No Scrubs.
Who
Mm.
won that?
Smooth
Oh, Smoothman over No Scrubs. Wow,
over I Want It That Way. Wow,
Santana, you go ahead, man.
wow.
Over the Sheer, even the Sheer song is
Even the Sheer song.
that was a huge song.
Yeah, she was the first one to use autotune and shit. Wow, okay, shit.
That's crazy.
Do you believe in
Wasn't that like her
love?
last
Yeah.
big hit?
You said what?
That was her last big hit, right?
I believe so. I'm not the biggest Sheer fan. I believe so
Yeah.
because
I want to say that was her last big hit.
you believe in love.
Yeah, saying the Grammys was definitely kissing Santana's ass with this one.
They're trying to be cultural appropriate.
It's good to see. I like to see that though, but some of these nominations that got nominated for rock, it was not the best rock album for that year. And what was that record of the year you just said?
You record of the year.
Yeah, it's not even. I don't even think it was the best record of the year in that category.
Mind you, we have more Grammys that they won too. That's coming. So
Wow.
shit. But now the only other good song that I like next to De La Yalio.
Wow.
Do you like the way featuring Lauryn Hill and CeeLo Green? Very dope track right here. Next, yes, another the only other song I like too. No surprise there because you got two artists, Lauryn and CeeLo. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? This was before CeeLo blew himself up with the phone and shit like that too. So, so
What you mean?
yeah, man, it's nice little arrangement and stuff
Before he
like
blew himself
that.
up
So
with
I
the
like
phone?
it.
What you mean?
Yeah, you didn't see that video about how he had a phone. He was on the phone and then his phone blew up and he busted his ass on the floor and shit.
Nah. When was that?
Like I think like 2015 or some shit. It was hilarious.
He blew himself up with a cell phone?
That his phone blew up while he was talking to somebody.
I never even seen that.
It's hilarious.
Wow. How the hell that happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
He had, he had a bad cheap Apple phone or some shit? The fuck?
Shit.
That's weird. I thought it was a good song. Like Lauren killed it with her rapping and CeeLo with his background vocals. It had like a neo soul sound to it. You know the horns on it, the guitars, and you got Lauren saying, you know, take the average mind and expand it. Take for granted like you're gonna always meet this advantage. I liked her. This definitely reminded me of Miseducation. Like I'm like, yo, this could have been on Miseducation. It definitely was a dope song with CeeLo and Carlos.
Yes. Yeah, man. Excuse me. Next track we got is another song. I just want to bash myself on the head every time I hear this track. You know what I'm saying? Maria, Maria.
I love it.
I hate it
How do you hate this song?
the same way I hate Justin Timberlake.
One of the best. This is one of the best songs on this album. This one I love over, Smooth. This is a better song. You know what I'm
Honestly, they both
saying?
can suck my dick. Honestly,
Product G and B, you ain't never heard shit about them until they jumped on this song with Santana. And this
that's
this was Wyclef's group. You know how Wyclef do with his artists, John Forte, City
cannabis,
High,
cannabis.
Cannabis. You know, this is what he do. Product G and B. He don't have a good track record when it comes to his artists.
Fuji.
And you didn't hear shit about them until they jumped on this. Once they jumped on this record, everybody knew their name. This was a big record. I want to say Cameron did this over on I think it was the uh the DJ K Slay Dipset mixtape. He did
I
he
bet it
like he
was
used the
better.
beat, huh?
I bet it was better.
Well, I mean that depends on if you hear it and you like it. You might not like it, but he rhymed over the Maria beat on the Dipset mixtape, and I think
Mm.
it's a classic. I think it's a classic record. I love the beat and the bass line for it. The guitar played, Product G&B killed it, and they never got a chance to come out with an album. I don't know what happened to the two guys. I know they were featured on other shit.
I heard they fell off with Wyclef. That's why.
Well, no surprise, right? Cannabis, John Forte, Jennifer Cheetah, Product G&B, City High. He has a bad track record. Like you can't produce
Lauren,
a whole album. That's number one. Number two,
Lauren.
the artists that you got, they always fall out with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why am I not surprised that like this is his track record? But
Exactly.
in his mind, he thinks he's a super producer.
Shit.
Wait, for one album for the score and Carnival? Come on,
He must have been
you
blended on reality if he thinks like that.
know, facts. You know,
But yeah, this song won for best pop performance by a duo or group with vocals. And it losers were Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way. Y'all need to stop disrespecting that song and shit. Anyway,
I'm not a Backstreet Boys fan. So
I'm not the biggest fan, but they
it
made
wasn't even, but even that record was big. Like I'm like, how did Smooth beat out some of those other records in the category?
it beat out Sixpence, None the Richer, Kiss Me,
Who?
Smack, huh?
Who? Who?
I don't know, shit. Smash Mouth All Star. Oh hell no!
That was a
What?
huge record. That was a huge record too.
That was
Smash
my.
Mouth.
That was my. See, and
Hey now,
TLC's
yo, All Star.
TLC huh?
Hey now, yo, All
Yeah, the All
Star.
Star. Yeah, the Game
I
On.
love that. That was a dope record.
And TLC's Unpretty. That got nominated?
I
Really?
didn't. I didn't like I'm Pretty. I'm Pretty was my. That might have been like the only song I didn't like on Fan Mail.
I hate that song.
I didn't
You
care
can
for
have
it.
your hair if you won't grow. Like,
They were trying different things. You could definitely tell they were going after that TRL crowd.
exactly.
You
That's
know.
what one of my main gripes about the fan mail era. It was just like, okay, we get it, we get it. Come
Hmm.
on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never liked this song. You have any more things to say?
Claudette Ortiz. She went solo though, but she didn't come out with shit when she was solo. She would end up going on reality TV, and she did a song with Salam Remy.
And
Huh?
then Tyler Perry plays.
Oh, she did something with Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what she did. She went. She didn't drop anything solo wise. So
damn. Yeah, I'm gonna get my stuff out the boiling water. I'll catch
yeah.
up with you. You can just go on without me.
All right. Track 8 is Migra. I hope I'm saying it right. Uh, had a nice beat, nice guitar playing on it. It's about like 5 minutes, 24 seconds. Um, Track 9, you got Corazon Espinado featuring Mana. I actually liked that one. That one was good. I definitely enjoyed that one. It had like a real melodic beat to it, nice guitar play. Um, yeah, that one sounded like vintage Santana on that one, like from his early work, his early days. I enjoyed that one. Then we got track 10, and we got track 10. Oh, Eagle Eye Cherry, another group I didn't care for. Wasn't a fan of their shit, but they sounded good on this record. Wishing it was, and really enjoyed that beat. The bass line was knocking. Great guitar play by Carlos Santana. One of my favorites on the album, actually. Again, like I said, like there was some artists on here that I wasn't a fan of, like Matchbox 20 and Dave Matthews Band, Eagle Eye Cherry. But when they worked with Santana, he brought the best out of them, and they sounded really good on these songs with them, and that speaks to the legendary artist that Santana is. That he could work with anybody, and in a different genre and make it sound dope. So I definitely enjoyed this one. Wishing it was. Track 11, El Faro. That was a nice track as well. Nice, real melodic, nice beat. Um, One of my favorites on here. Then we got to Primavera, track 12. Love the guitar play on this. Definitely was cool. It's not like one of my favorites though. It was good. Track 13, you got the Calling with Eric Clapton, the legend. Really love this. Is like a guitar lover's dream. Like if you want to hear guitar play from two legendary artists like Eric Clapton and Carlos Santana, this is a song for you. And it's a long ass track. It's about 7 minutes, 48 seconds. And they saved the best for last. And it's melodic, great guitar play by both men. It was good. It was good. Definitely enjoyed it. A great way to end this album off. You know, that's it. 13 tracks. We're gonna hear what Reg think. We probably ain't gonna like none of these songs. but I definitely enjoyed it. No, we referenced All Star. And, oh yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I mean Smash Mouth. That was a big record even for them back then. That was a big record for them. I didn't know it was nominated for a Grammy though. You know, but yeah,
I'm just beating my own ass today. Shit. Where we at now?
well, I finished the album.
Damn, you love the album that much?
Yeah,
Was I even gone for that long?
yes, she was. I think you did that on purpose.
Nah, I thought I was literally down there for like 5 minutes and
Well,
shit.
well, a lot. Some of these songs don't have vocals, and it's hard enough to even name the songs because it's in Spanish. I didn't take Spanish in school.
Jesus Christ, try.
I give my thoughts, and that's it. I didn't quote too many lyrics from Santana.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have no other choice and give my thoughts then. I guess I gotta be the one to ruin the flow on this one. Okay, well, Migra, I didn't really write anything for that. Corazon Espinado, didn't care for. Wishing It Was featuring Eagle Eye Cherry. I don't know who this motherfucker is, but he has one of the worst voices I've ever heard on a song.
Oh, I
And I
thought I was
hate
one of the best.
and I hate the fact that the Dust Brothers, who did brilliant work on the Paul's Boutique, laid their eyes on this and
That
shit.
was a banging beat they gave Santana for this. You didn't like it?
Not compared to all the Paul's Boutique shit.
How are you comparing the Beastie Boys to Santana? It's two different genres though.
I'm not comparing. I'm comparing the Dust Brothers' work and
I
stuff. I'm not comparing.
but
I'm just
I don't think they're gonna give him some. They're not gonna give him a hardcore hip hop track. You know what I'm saying? They gave him something light, even though it had some bass to it. I liked it. You
hell.
know,
Hell, Paul's Boutique was more international than this song and shit.
nothing to Bobby. You act like Paul's Boutique was so great. That album is not
It,
great to me. You know,
it was a great album.
that album. That's not even my favorite Beastie Boys album. I don't
It's
know how
not my.
people.
It's my second favorite.
I've always heard these Beastie Boy fans talk about this album. I'm like, bro, y'all pick this over Check Your Head and Ill Communication and Hello Nasty. I think those are way better albums than
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
what was so great about Paul's Boutique? Well, because they use funkadelic samples. Oh boy. So
No. Let's. I'm gonna say my thoughts until after this.
not to go off topic. I just was like, I never got the whole hype around Paul's Boutique. And I love the Beastie Boys. They have many great classics, but I don't think that's one of them.
Come on, hey.
It's something about the second album from some of these artists I don't like. There's a Dark Side, Double Up from Mace, Paul's Boutique from Beastie Boys. Don't like them.
Y'all need to stop disrespecting Paul's Boutique,
Paul's
man.
Boutique is okay, but
It's okay.
I don't think it's a classic.
It's okay.
Yes, it's okay.
Nellyville was okay.
You're comparing
Paul's
Nelly to
Boutique.
Beastie Boys?
Paul's Boutique is a masterpiece.
You're comparing Nelly to Beastie Boys.
I'm not comparing nobody.
No, I don't. I've heard that album more than once. I've never bought it. I don't think it was great. You know what I'm saying? It's good, but a classic? Y'all, you really think that's a classic? Y'all think that's a classic? What's so classic about Paul's Boutique? What is it? The album cover?
Are you asking me?
Yes, sir. You think it's a classic? I'm asking you.
All
And
right,
people in the chat, the people that think that Paul's
Paul's
Boutique is a classic, I want them to tell me why it's a classic. Don't
Okay,
just
I
say
can
it's a
tell you
classic.
why it's a classic. I can tell you.
Why is it a classic to you?
To me, it's a classic because, for one, I definitely felt like the Beastie Boys definitely was starting to explore and be diverse with a lot of the genres and their influences, like their funk and even like some of the jazz influence. And I also thought it was a stepping stone to the Beastie Boys sound that we are known to love today, and we're known to love on albums like Check Your Head and Ill Communication. Also, I also feel like it's groundbreaking for its use of very obscure samples compared to the typical James Brown samples that everybody was using. Now, De La Soul 3 Feet High and Rising They did it better with the more obscure samples and stuff like that, which I've seen that album get compared to. But I feel
Really?
like, yeah,
Wow.
but I feel like Paul's Boutique, honestly. Now, sequencing, I can see what people have their issues with it. You know what I'm saying? I can see what people have their issue with the sequencing. But to me, I feel like it was a benchmark to what when it came to 80s hip hop and stuff like that too, you know? Especially when we came to the 90s when a lot of the samples was more multi-layered, which we saw in a lot of shit from like Primo all the way down to hell, even Prince Paul and shit.
They didn't got no skits on that album like 3 Feet High and Rising.
And that's fine because at the same time, that was the first hip hop record to have skits too.
Mm-hmm. A much better album in my opinion, but that's just me.
Yes, it is.
That's just me. I love Check Your Head is great.
But
Ill
Paul,
Communication is my favorite, and Hello Nasty. I think those are the best ones. I don't know how people see that Pulse Boutique is a classic.
come on, hell, a
Have,
day in the
have you ever
life.
talked about that album?
Yes,
You have?
I think about every Beastie Boy album up to Hello Nasty
Oh, see, you didn't do To the Five Bows and other ones yet.
because I don't have those. I don't even have Hello Nasty, but I did that because matter of fact, I think we did that on the other podcast.
I have To the Five Boroughs and the that EP, that punk rock EP.
See, I need that one.
Was it Aglio? Some
Yeah,
shit. Some Italian shit. It's in Italian, it's supposedly some shit.
I even like Hot Sauce Committee.
That was cool. That was cool. I like some songs on that. To the
Yeah,
Five Bows was good too. That was slept on.
yeah, I have to re-listen to that, but I don't remember disliking that album. I don't even think they made a really album below average and shit, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like they were very consistent and stuff too.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, man, I feel like this nigga has one of the most annoying voices. El Farrell and Primavera with instrumentals and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Um, again, arrangements was nice and stuff, but still. And The Calling with Eric Clapton, didn't really care for that, but that actually got nominated for Best Rock Instrumental Performance. Or actually, no, it won for Best Rock Instrumental
Really?
Performance.
Wow. So Grammy just picked all these songs and just nominated them.
I mean, I guess so. Shit.
Wow.
But yeah, man. So my thoughts on this record, because I like to explain why I dislike something. I don't just
Well,
say,
that's
"Oh, I
good.
hate this
I
shit."
would hope you do that.
Okay, this was one of those albums where whenever an artist rejuvenates, or let's just say they got over like some sobriety issues or some shit like that, the media is supposed to say, "Oh, we're supposed to like this album and shit." This was one of those fucking albums. When it comes to this project right here, it's like when you're trying to make a fucking stew, right?
Mhm.
Let's just say you make a stew for the first time.
Right.
You see the fruits, you see the vegetables. You want to mix all the food groups together to make your perfect stew. But
Mhm.
when it comes out, it loses the authentic thing that you actually wanted to have in the stew in the first place.
Right.
And I feel like with these kind of Clive Davis records and stuff like that, it's like it's like these albums are saying, look who I'm friends with. You know what I'm saying? Because unpopular opinion, this was the same year Prince signed to Arista Records,
Mhm.
and he dropped Rave Unto album,
Right.
which everyone says they don't like, but you know what?
It was a good
I
album.
like that record.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a very underrated. Now, granted, it's not
Right.
touching Diamonds and Pearls,
Right.
Love Symbol. I will give you that, but it's still a pretty cool record, even though there was some
Mhm.
iffy tracks and stuff like that. We'll get into that when we talk about that. I feel like that fared better because with Prince, he's always been an artist that like to jump to different sounds and styles and stuff.
Mhm.
Whereas with Santana, he can be very diverse too. But at the same time, what was interesting about those pre-Clive Davis albums was that as diverse as he was, the authenticity, the Latin authenticity was still there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And when I use this word authenticity and shit too, people think and they want to discredit authenticity. But authenticity is very important especially when it comes to an artist with a very dedicated fan base, you know?
Right.
Which is why I can never really stand songs like Smooth and Maria Maria because, for one, Maria Maria sounds like a song that they already did, but they just want to add a Carlos Santana to it. Let's talk about that. And Smooth, it just needs prayer. I'm gonna be real. It just needs prayer. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna give this probably a 2.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Surprisingly, because
That's good.
I try to be open minded about this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because with Crypt Keeper and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He likes to like over glamorize, over glamorize and stuff like that too. So,
Right.
but if I had to pick some positivities,
Mhm.
I do feel like Carlos Santana's guitar has never sounded better
Right.
after we listened to this album and stuff like that too. And I also believe that it did have two songs I did generally enjoy,
Hmm.
and even the instrumentals, I can appreciate that because of the fact that it's like vintage Santana going back to his roots and stuff. But this is like 13 songs, two songs out of 13 songs I like, and that's
Right.
not good. So that's why I am not a big Supernatural fan.
I think it was a great album, great mix of rock and R&B and pop, even hip hop, a little bit of hip hop in there, and all on one album. And this is like probably Santana's most versatile album. And I think it was a great introduction for people that don't know his music, and introducing them in the 2000s to this album, and maybe they went back and they listened to his first album and Abraxas and the other stuff, and you as well as like doing songs. You know how hard it is to do songs with an artist that nobody really care for. Like I didn't care for. I still don't listen to them. Like this album didn't make me want to go back and listen to Matchbox 20 or Dave Matthews Band or Eagle Eye Cherry, but they sound good with Santana for some reason. And I just thought he picked like the right crop of, if we talking about soups, he picked the right ingredients for the soup. You know what I'm saying? Having Lauren Hill right before she took that hiatus, and getting her on this album, and CeeLo before he blew up in North Barkley, and getting the product GMB, and getting Everlast when he was in his Whitey Ford bag, and Rob Thomas, and you know what I'm saying. So I think he had like a versatile, the right ingredients for this soup, and made the soup. Everybody tasted the soup and they loved it. For that time, and you know, um, I can't rank where it is with the other Santana albums because I ain't hear all his albums. This man got like 20 albums. You know what I'm saying? So maybe one day I could do that, but I think it's a great album. It shouldn't have been in that rock category. I don't think it's better than Battle of Los Angeles and Californication, but that's a whole different topic. But I definitely enjoyed it, and I'm thinking for me it's five mics. Even with the Rob Thomas song, I could skip over because I skip over because they just played it too damn much. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best song on the album, but I don't. There's no song on this album that I can't play. I think it's definitely a great album for Santana, and maybe like for an artist that's been gone for a while, and I think LL Cool J might have to do that. I think for an artist that's been gone for a long time, or they were like on like their maybe they fell off in their career at some point, and for them to come back, they might have to do an album like this, where you collaborate with different artists that you probably normally wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And I think Santana did it good, and getting all these Grammys showed that. So for me, it's a great album. I'm definitely gonna give it 5 mics. And I love Maria Maria. Put your lights on. Do you like the way? Wishing it was. El Faro. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I respect your opinion. I mean, I respect your opinion a lot when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right. What time is it? 2:24. You know what? I was gonna go to the DMV this morning, but I'm gonna go Wednesday and shit, cause I know I'm not gonna wake up on time to go. So fuck it. I can stay
Sam
up.
Sam changes rating from two mics to one mic.
I'm weak. Yeah, cause I was like, I could have sworn you gave us like one mic, and you changed it to two mics. I'm just like,
I think yeah, but like I said, like if LL coming out with a new album at some point, it's this does he have to collaborate with artists that he normally don't collaborate with for it to be good,
that's a good question.
or can he still come out with an album and collaborate with like a Red and Meth and artists like that?
Well, we've been waiting for this LL album for how long? And
Well,
yeah,
supposedly it's done. So the album with him and Q-Tip, I know he played a song at Rock the Bells. Supposedly it's done.
really, really,
Yes, yes, he played a song from the album. So we just waiting for it. Now that I think that might have something to do with his schedule with the TV stuff or whatever. But the album's supposedly done. But I mean, does he have to come out with a comeback? I mean, because let's face it, LL fell off a long time ago. Does he have to come back with a comeback album like this, where he might have to collaborate with other artists that he normally wouldn't collaborate with for it to be successful?
I mean, he kind of did it before.
He did.
Hell, the Go album, he was collaborating with a lot of new artists and shit. It's a lot of the younger art. Hell, Phenomenon, he kind of did that.
No, that was bad. Phenomenon was bad. The best song on there was 4321.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Like, you know. But I mean with Goat, I didn't really see no artist that he wouldn't normally collab. Like he would do shit with Prodigy or Ja Rule. They from his area.
what about J.O. Felony though?
That was different.
Yeah,
That was different.
yeah,
Um and the thing is J.O. was on Def Jam, so why he never collaborated with him before then?
that's a
You
good
know.
question.
I don't want LL to go out of his way and do some shit with you know, fucking 21 Savage and all that. I ain't saying that. I'm just
Oh,
saying, does he have to does he have to go to Nas route and do
a Hit Boy.
a King's Disease type of album? I mean, because I don't know. Because after this, I mean, well, it's not like we haven't gotten albums from producers and rappers in the past, but they never made four albums with each other the only other artist that's done that has been Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? And then Currency did it twice with Alchemist, but does he have to go to King's Disease route and for him to come back?
Shit,
I think LL could
Unpopular.
do it. I think he's definitely got the bars. Is the production is been an issue. You know, the Key Talk
Ronnie
song.
said.
I don't like that song at all.
Ronnie said better Inspector Deck verse Cream or Triumph. Triumph.
Mm, damn, that's a good one. I don't know. I must say Triumph because they put that verse on mugs and T-shirts and shit. That's like everybody knows that one.
Honestly, I got his verse on Above the Clouds by Gangsta up there too.
Yeah, that was great too. That was great. You know.
I got a you know what? I got the Kings of Disease series, including Magic, over Run the Jewels first four albums. Honestly,
They're overrated to me.
you think so?
Yes, I like the fact that both LP and Killer Mike are getting their respect now. It's very late in the game for them to be getting their respect now, but their fan base is like fucking nuts for them.
Because their fan bases, I'm gonna be real. Their fan bases are the more. white hip hop heads and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
They
They
act like they
haven't.
never heard LP before. Or have you all heard from Crusher Plus?
Have y'all heard Fantastic Damage though?
You know what I'm saying? Like they act like they never heard LP before then, or Killer Mike.
Hell, Killer Mike. I can go back to the days when he was under Outkast and shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know,
Hell,
you had
the RAP music and shit.
right. You
What
had
y'all know about that?
the Adidas joint. All day I dream about sex.
Yeah.
That joint was fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like popping tags. Have y'all heard that? He did that shit with Jay, and
Ooh.
that's like one of my favorites on that shitty Blueprint 2 album.
Yeah. Next to Meet the Parents.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jay's on that, and he had I think Twista was on that joint. Kanye West
Yep.
did the beat.
Early
You know,
Kanye. Yes.
come on, man. We're not new to Killer Mike and LP over here. Like they I just think their fan base is crazy for everything they drop. You know, like they could do no wrong, right? They drop an album tomorrow, it's like, oh, it's a classic already. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know, because I still even with the first two King's Disease albums that I didn't care for overall, even though I like certain songs, I still would go with King's Disease over Run the Jewels. Just part three alone was just that did it for me.
I liked part three.
Magic actually did it, and then I was hoping that Hit Boy wouldn't fuck up on this one, and he didn't. And I was like, okay, I'm convinced now that Nas can do an album with Hit Boy. I wasn't fully convinced with the first two. I think they were still filling each other out. You had some joints, but Magic, I was like, yeah, this is the Nas I want to hear. I've been wanting to hear for a long time. And then when I heard KD3, I was like, yes, this is it. This is it. This is, like I said, could be the best album of the year. Could be the best album. Cause I'm starting to lean towards that. Cause Pusha T album was great, but Nas just had more to say on KD3. Like we know what Pusha gonna give us. He gonna give us the drug talk, all that. He's been doing that since Eclipse. Nas just have more interesting shit to say on his albums, and for was it 17 tracks, 16 tracks in the bonus, and every track was banging. The production was great. No features. I'm
No
sold.
feat.
I'm sold on Hit Boy and Nas now. But I still want that Primo and Nas album though. That still has to happen. And he mentioned that on 30. That has to happen next year. We need to get that Primo and Nas album. That's the real album that people have been waiting for from Nas. If you don't drop another album ever again, the last album has to be in Nas's career, Nas and Primo. That's the album I want to hear. And Primo got to go in his vault and get those unreleased beats from the Daily Operation and you know Hard to Earn, sessions. That's the shit I want to hear Nas on. Don't do no new beats for this shit. Go in the vault because I know he got unreleased beats and give Nas those 90s gangster joints that Guru didn't never got a chance to use. Because
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if we get that album, that is going to be a classic. That is the album that people have been wanting for 20 years. We also wanted the Nas and AZ album, but we never got that. But I definitely want Nas and Primo. That is the
Honest,
album I want to hear.
honestly, just don't give no shit from that whack ass EP he dropped earlier this year.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And
That hip
again,
hop 50 or whatever.
people are gonna support it because it's Primo. I understand that, but that don't mean it was good. You know what I'm saying? And those sound like some new beats that he made. Don't give us no new beats for this Nas album. Go in the vault, get those unreleased Gangstar joints out, and give Nas that shit. That's the shit I want to hear Nas on. Though that album he did with Bumpy Knuckles, The Connection, that was fire.
I love that.
Nas was on that album. I could hear Nas over any of those beats on that album, and he would have killed it. You know what I'm saying? That's the album I want to hear. We've been wanting to hear this shit for 25 years, Nas. It's time now. Don't wait till Primo drop that and to do the album and then it ain't gonna be authentic. Do this shit when this nigga is breathing right now. That's the album I want to hear. No more albums with Hit Boy. You did 4. That's good enough. Let's go. Let's get to Primo and Nas.
I have a feeling that Primo and Nas is gonna come before Nas and Pete Rock. Mm.
Yeah, I do. And that would have been great too. And Pete Rock got a ton of unreleased joints. They got a lot of those. instrumental albums he's doing, he used beats from like 25 years, 30 years ago. That joint he gave West Side Gun for Hitler 10, that shit he told West Side Gun that shit is from years ago. That's an old beat that he never used. So P definitely got unreleased joints, but I want that Nas and Primo album. I need that. Like, we need that. That's how you go out on top. If he announces retirement and he said I'm dropping one more album, that has to be the album. Nas and Primo. That's what I want.
Gotcha.
Heavy D. What about Heavy D? Heavy D's dead. Yeah, he had the episode for Heavy D for Yes Yes All.
I gotta catch up on that series,
Yeah,
man.
that was fire. He Heavy D wanted that joint because that was the interlude on Daily Operation.
92 Winter Loop, yeah.
Yeah, and Heavy D heard it and he wanted that. He wanted Primo to make a beat out of it, and Primo kept telling him no, he didn't. He didn't want to make a beat out of it, and he just gave in after a while. He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." And that's one of my favorites on Blue Funk. That's always been my favorite Heavy D album.
Dun, 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 dun.
Classic.
Every time I hear that Aretha Franklin sample, it just
Yes,
oh god.
yes, right. And that was a great Aretha Franklin album.
Oh yes.
You know,
I'm trying to think who else used that sample.
MC Light.
Yeah.
That was
Let
for
me
the
guess.
I Go One remix.
I'll go one, yeah.
Yeah, yep, classic joint.
I'm trying to debate if I really want
I
to.
would have loved the Heavy D and Primo album too, because Primo did 2 joints on Blue Funk for him.
Mm,
I definitely could have seen that. That would have been fire.
yeah.
Wow.
Let me think. I was gonna say something too. There's somebody else I want Primo to do an album with too, because I always liked how they sounded. But I'm trying to
Right.
think.
Shit, it's a lot.
Hell, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yes. I wanted that too for a couple years. Jay
Hell, a
wrote
lot of
that
the
for a long
beats,
time. Huh?
a lot of the beats from that collection was supposed to have been for Jay and Kanye.
Really? It was for
Yeah,
Jay?
yeah.
Oh, shit. Wow. Jay's stuck, but he rather use fucking tired ass Swiss beats, and you know, I don't get that.
You know what's reggae artist? I'm just getting. I was listening to one of the albums this afternoon.
Uh,
Yellow Man.
oh, Yellow Man. Oh,
That '84 album's fucking fire. You remember his
I'm
album?
going
Just
with Bumpy Knuckles because Bumpy took his. I think he took his shit to a different level once he got the name change, and when he started working with Preem, and he's on a lot of dope ass joints, man. You know,
well, Ronnie, Missy Timberland was doing the majority of Missy's
yeah,
shit.
they
Honestly,
did that already. It's called Super Duper Fly, and the real
honestly,
world.
it's pretty much almost all the albums because
All her albums is Missy and Timberland. What do you mean?
yeah,
What would be so different? Because she produces also,
which people don't give credit for.
right?
But I bet you if Glorilla did a beat, y'all will be praising that
You,
fucking shit like
you
a
want to hear
motherfucker.
Timberland? You want to hear Timberland rapping? That's a different story. He's good.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I saw Smile yesterday.
Did you like it?
I liked it, but I had some issues with it.
Yeah, I had some issues with it too.
I didn't like the black characters on the movie. I feel like the way the writers wrote the black characters was kind of got on my nerves.
Mm. The black cat. What black characters was in that again?
The fiance,
Oh
the
yeah,
co-worker, and the
yeah.
prisoner.
He was annoying because he didn't believe her. It's
Yeah,
almost like he had to have shit happen to himself to really. But then by then he would have been dead. So
I mean, at the same time,
mm.
I can't blame him really. I can't really
Right.
blame him, but I just felt like because at first he was still trying to be there for her, but at the same time it was just like once the whole incident with the party, it was just like you didn't know you didn't know what to
Right.
believe and shit.
Right. But you gotta, if that's your ride or die, you gotta stay by her side. You don't just can't leave because you think she's crazy or she's seeing
Yeah,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know.
I mean, it was a good story, but it was just
Yeah.
like, would I say horror movie of the year?
I think it deserves a. No, it's not the worst movie of the year.
I said Halloween.
Halloween.
Horror. I said horror movie of the year.
Better,
Because I said
better than Halloween Ends, for sure.
yes.
Halloween Ends is one of the worst movies of the year.
It was so bad. It was funny.
It was bad. And it was bad because it was two convoluted stories in one. This is the way you send off Michael Myers. You introduce a new character, and it's the last movie for Michael Myers. Why would they do that?
Honestly, it felt like three stories to me.
Well, what's the third? Well, I mean, the two stories I got was okay. You got Michael survived after Halloween. What was the second one? Halloween Kills, and then he's living in like a fucking sewer or some shit. And then you got the story with Allison and the guy. That's another one. That one could have been saved for like a streaming series or something. You don't put a new character in a finale movie for Michael Myers. That's stupid. What was the third story to you though?
How the whole town was scared of the motherfucker because he killed that boy.
Yeah, but that's part of the boy story though. That's something they could have had within
True.
the spinoff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
True.
I'm like,
True.
yo, and then the final battle is in the kitchen of all places, the kitchen of Laurie's house.
Anticlimactic.
You know what I'm saying? And what did she do? Oh, she grabbed some kitchen knives and nails him to the kitchen table. Like, are you serious? That's how you go. They kill him off. I was thinking it would be like somewhere else, in the streets of Haydenfield or somewhere other than Laurie's kitchen. I didn't think that was the great setting for this finale battle, and they just screwed it up. You know, Mike doesn't like that. That's not. I would not buy that on. The only way I would have that is if they came out with like a 4K collection, and I somehow got it. But I would not buy that. I would not rush out to get that.
Yeah. Ronnie said better actress Kiki Palmer or Kyla Pratt. Kiki.
I'm more familiar with Kiki's stuff. Kyla was on one of them shows I didn't watch.
Proud Family.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. And she's grown now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I know her name though. Yeah, I thought Smile was good. I do think they need a backstory though. They need a backstory to explain how this curse started or whatever the hell it is. Cause they didn't do a good job explaining it really in the movie. They did it a little bit, but they need like a real backstory on how it started and all that. That's why I said they can make a prequel or they can make a sequel out of it. But I thought it was good. I thought it was well acted and had a good storyline. It's more of a thriller than horror. It's more of a thriller.
Yeah. And then they made a black prisoner all weak and shit like that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck,
Right,
bro?
right, yeah, yeah. Like even with him, when the girl went to question him at the prison, he seen shit like he was telling her, but that would have been cool if they did like a flashback where he witnessed his friend or whatever being killed or whatever, and how he managed to escape it. We didn't see that. We only heard like the story being told. Jack A. Harry or Kim Whitley.
Jackass.
I don't know. I'll probably go with Jack A. I like 227.
Yeah, I love Sister Sister.
Right, she was on that too.
Kim Whitley's cool though. I like Kim Whitley
Yeah,
too.
cool.
I'm gonna stay on for like maybe 5 more minutes.
Next was it next Friday? she was flirting with Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Friday she was flirting with him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she was fine on motherfucking next
Yeah,
Friday. I've always thought she was pretty, but
right.
am I really gonna watch Soul Food like all night? Okay. Yeah. I remember when BT used to play this shit. They used to cut out all the sex and the violence and shit. I was like,
Right.
oh.
Why are you showing it then? What is this? The Disney Channel?
But that's how I got into the show. So hey.
Oh Lord.
But looking back, some of these 2000s fashions was just so cringy.
Right.
Oh Jesus, I can't
That
believe I was rocking some of this shit. I was
that
like,
era with the throwbacks, and I remember when people were wearing the white tees with the throwbacks, and the throwbacks would be like quadruple X down to like looking like a fucking nightgown on them.
right.
I'm like, nah, man, that was definitely not the move at all. You know,
Just the long t-shirts for me.
right? The sure they looking like Michael Myers in Halloween 2 when he put like the bed sheet over his head and shit. You know, Halloween 1, Mac, my bad, not Halloween 2. Halloween 1, he did that.
Ronnie said, better character, Bird or Terry? Hmm.
In the movie,
I guess so. Yeah.
um, I like Bird.
Yeah. Bird. Yeah. Bird. Terry kind of got on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah, she was like too bossy and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
But I did like Terry more on the show. I felt like they kind of loosened her up a little bit.
right? Yeah, the show is very different from the movie.
It is, man.
You know,
It's more realistic. I felt like the movie was cool, but it had its like typical black trauma moments and shit.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, adultery, prison,
mm-hmm, right,
soul food, high blood pressure. I'm just like, okay, god damn it. How many black issues can you throw at once and shit?
it's a
Where's
lot,
A? Where's the heroin and shit? Come on now.
right?
Ronnie said, who y'all think is the unsung motherfucking cousin Pete?
Cousin Pete,
Motherfucker dropped the whole TV with the money and shit. Cause it damn sure wasn't Ahmad and shit.
right,
Ahmad act like he did something right at the end. I'm like, nigga, please. You lied to get everybody together. Almost burned down the house. Nigga, please.
right. What did you do?
I like,
Why
I
is
like,
everybody fighting?
y'all ruined the family.
Right. I just wanted Sunday dinner.
But it kills me. And I think I'm the eighth person that said this shit.
Mhm.
I understand that the soul food and shit like that. Well, I
Yeah.
love me some soul food, but
Uh,
it never rose into consideration. Now they should change some of the diets after Big Mama lost a leg. But that's all I'm saying.
black people are not doing that. We are
That's all
stubborn.
I'm saying.
We are not doing that. The doctor could tell us like, "Yo, you're about to have diabetes. We still gonna have that strawberry lemonade." You know, that's just what it is. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? We are not switching up our diet because the doc said so. My grandfather lived to 95 years old, and the doctor could tell him shit till he's blue in his face, and he was eating whatever he wanted to eat. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted some, Papa John's, he was getting Papa John's. If he wanted McDonald's, he was eating whatever he wanted. Because at this point, he felt like he already lived his life. So at
Shit.
95 years old, I was like, he wasn't really supposed to live at that, to that age anyway. So he was eating whatever.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna live forever anyway. So, I'm not saying go reckless and eat whatever the fuck, but if it's okay to have a cheat day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eat healthy, but you can have a cheat day. I'm not.
Shit. But you know what part really made I really unintentionally laughed
Right.
when Lem knew about fucking Bird hooking him up with that job.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker gonna come and slam the whole fucking door, glass shattering and shit. I'm just like, really?
You
Don't
inconsiderate.
fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me!
Inconsiderate. Yo, ride or die chick making sure that you got money in your pocket and he mad. Why?
Well, I can kind of understand that because it's a
Why?
pride. It's a pride thing. Think
Would you
about it.
okay? Well, would you rather come home and see your woman sleeping with the next nigga that got a
But think
job?
but think about it. She went through her ex to get
So
him a job.
so
Think
what?
about it.
So what?
It
You got money in
what do
your
you mean
pocket.
so what? That's one of the main fucking things in a fucking relationship. You never go to
Yeah,
your
but
ex
who
to
she
ask
who
you for
she
shit.
who she fucking though? She fucking you. She ain't fucking her ex.
Still, still.
If anything, you could throw it back in her ex face like, oh, I'm the one fucking her nigga, not you.
That part, I see your part in
She
that
cared
part.
that much about you that she going to her ex to get a job to make sure that you got money in your pocket, not his. He don't. She don't. She not with him. Y'all missing the
Well, see,
point. This is why niggas end up single because y'all are so in your ego. Egos ruin relationships.
no, no. See, what
Look at
Bird?
Tom Brady. Tom Brady, prime example. Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen wanted Tom Brady to retire to make sure that he don't end up crippled while his young kids are still growing up. He chose football over his wife. So what did that tell you?
Well, see,
That's ego.
that's
That's ego.
entirely that's
No, that's
entirely
the
just.
same thing. That's
No, let
male
me let me let
ego.
me let me explain. Let me explain. For one, Bird kind of broke the code and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She kind of broke the code. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
the
Because
code?
like you said, what?
What's the
Like
code?
I mentioned, you never go to your ex to help out your current. You never do that shit. You never do that shit because of the
Yeah,
fact. Like I can understand. She was.
it's
I'm
to the
not
past
faulting her for
though.
trying to find him a job. I'm not faulting her for trying to find him a job. But there were other avenues she could have used instead of this
If
slimy.
if you hook up with a woman and she got a kid and it's not yours, guess what? You still got to deal with her ex,
That
right?
see,
You still got to deal
yeah,
with her ex.
yeah. Not unless he's dead.
Well, no, not unless he's dead, right? But you still got to deal with her ex in some way because that ain't your kid, and you in a relationship with her and another man's child. So again, that's male ego in a way. You gotta block that shit out and be like, yo, she with me, nigga. She coming home to me every night and sleeping in my bed. She not with him.
And
She care
I
about you that much. If she care about you, if you have a woman that care about you that much that she's going to her ex to make sure that you get a job and you got money in your pocket, she with you. That's all you need. That's all that matters. That's a ride or die chick to me. Because if she wanted to be with that nigga, she would have left you a long time ago to be with him. Right?
right.
Exactly. So niggas gotta think about that and not let their ego get in the way. This is why niggas be single and be like, oh, women are bitches and this and that because y'all let your ego come in the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you gems now. So when you 20 years down the line, you remember, oh, Try told me this back in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, remember I tell you, Tom Brady is his ego thing. That's why he's divorced now. Because he chose football over his woman. That
Well,
was a
see
ride
what
or die chick. Ride or die Giselle Bundchen is a model. She could have been with anybody. And she chose to be by his side for many years while he was going out playing football, getting hurt, winning championships, and
second
he chose
Trump's
football
dick.
over her. Huh?
Second Trump's dick.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'm just saying he chose football, a sport, over his wife. That's crazy to me because when he ain't gonna have
That wife,
football
that,
forever.
that girl's sexy as
So
fuck, yo.
I'm saying he ain't gonna have football forever. So when it's time for him to retire, then what? You gonna be by yourself while Giselle is fucking the fucking her trainer. You know what I mean? That's ego right there. So that shouldn't matter. Like, yo, she got you a job and you getting money in your pocket and she with you every night. She not with the nigga. How was that bad? You know what I'm saying? She could have been like, oh, fuck you, nigga, you broke. I'm gonna go with her ex. And she didn't do that.
Don't fucking touch me.
You gotta put a ring on that finger. See, he fucked up. He fucked up. You got a wife for. You know what I mean? See, we talking about relationship gems right now, man.
Shit.
Santana and relationship advice tonight.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I mean?
Ronnie said, not to mention Amon cried. Yep. Everybody was
This
crying
shit
in
was
that
funny.
fucking movie.
I'm like, this nigga really crying for Sunday dinner. That Sunday dinner must have been great. You crying like that?
Nigga, he crying for his grandma, nigga.
I'm saying because grandma made all the great delicious food. I'll be crying too. She ain't here no more. So who gonna cook? Who gonna make those short ribs and mac and cheese and all that? I'll be crying too.
Mind you, this nigga burned the house down making some peas. Let that sink in.
I remember that. That shit was funny, yo.
Grandma said, don't put the towel in it. I was like, that's his fucking problem. He's too
Yeah,
fucking nosy. He almost burned out the fucking house and shit.
yo. I was like, yo, where this? How old was he again? He was like what, 11, 12?
God knows.
Yo, we see back in my day when I was his age, we had friends. We were always going outside to play. That
Thank you.
nigga was around females too much. Like,
He
something
knew
was wrong with him.
too much shit. I'm looking at
Yeah,
myself like, boy.
yeah. I ain't want to be around my mom and aunt like that 24/7. I'm sorry. I
And
love
then
them, but I was like, yeah, let me go do me.
the narration always kills me. Uh-oh. Whenever my mom gives my dad that face,
Mm-hmm.
I know something about to go down. I don't understand what the argument's about,
Right.
but you know what? I'm just gonna keep listening and watch. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Some school report?
He fucked up, yo. I'm like, you have a hot ass model wife, you have kids for her, and you
Mhm.
gonna chose. You already got 7 rings. You're probably not gonna get to 10. You're already a Hall of Fame first ballot. Like, what more do you want? Like, how do you choose the pigskin over your wife? I don't get that.
He's an idiot, yo.
Like, he just love football that much. I wouldn't have did that shit though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was around his those females way too much. A little boy like that should never be that fucking nosy.
Oh, someone said Faith got armor. Don't even get me started on that crackhead. Faith. Don't even get me started on her. First of all, she wasn't that cute. First of all,
Right.
she had like one eye bigger than the other. I don't know. I don't know if it was just her. I don't know if that's how she looked like. Oh, that's just
She
the
she
method
was a she
acting.
was a thought. She was a thought that messed around with homegirl husband because he wasn't getting them.
How the fuck you gonna have an affair with all them fucking windows? Everyone can fucking see your
Exactly.
business.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then,
They like to
then
be
the part
watching.
that killed me was when Terry, I think, basically, like, so where am I gonna stay? And Terry
Mhm.
gave her that fucking eye. I was like, yo,
Terry really wanted to stab her up with that kitchen knife.
I wouldn't blame her. Stab the
You know what I
bitch.
mean? Vanessa Williams is fine, so I don't know how the fuck you
Yo,
cheating on her. How
that
you
was the
Rick Fox? How you cheating on Vanessa Williams? I have no idea.
that was the finest Vanessa Williams ever was. I was like, yo.
Crazy,
She's
crazy.
like, the family fucked my husband.
Yeah. Hey man, he could have had faith. I would have took Vanessa. Yeah, he tripping.
Shit. Faith of Soul Food appeared on the Temptations miniseries.
I don't remember that.
Who did she play? She must have played
I don't know. I haven't seen that shit in like 20 something years. I do not remember the Temptations miniseries.
classic.
Did
Nigga,
she
fuck
did
you.
she
How many black Trump? Let's count. We have
Mm,
high blood pressure,
mhm,
adultery, prison,
right?
struggle of a black man, black women having a hair salon and shit. Like I was just like, God, God damn.
Yeah. All the tropes. All the tropes.
The nigga burned the house down over some fucking peas and shit. How you burn some fucking peas?
You wanted peas that bad, boy?
And even when I was trying to get rid of the fire,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't occur to them niggas get a fucking fire extinguisher.
Right, exactly. Boy, burnt the damn
Like,
house down for
like
some
no wonder
peas.
why Terry was always mad. Her law school ass got the fire extinguisher out of everybody. She wasn't thinking shit. It was like, look at y'all niggas. How y'all niggas don't know how to put out a fucking fire. Like,
Some
oh
peas.
shit.
Some peas. Damn.
Shit.
That'd be over something good that I like. I don't even like peas.
Nigga, I would have respected if it was a fucking pie. This nigga burned the
Right?
house over some peas and
If it
shit.
was over fucking baked ziti or something, you know, I could understand that. But some peas, like, I ain't burning no shit, nothing down for no damn peas.
Shit. You had a bad edge up. You burned some peas down. You too damn nosy. Like, what's wrong with this boy?
You would think if he around your all the women in his family that's cooking, you would know how to make some damn peas.
That
You know what I'm saying?
right. Too busy lying about some fucking money and shit. I would have slapped the fucking shit out of this nigga and shit. I didn't want to bring the family together. Like, fuck you. Nigga, fuck you.
I would have been crying. I just want some Sunday dinner.
Then he acting like he did something.
Baked macaroni.
He acting like he the one that brought the family back together. Nigga, please. That money brought them back together.
The food brought them back together. That when the turkey wings and mac and cheese, I'm at the table.
Oh, yo, we gotta review this movie, yo. We gotta fucking review this because Sam, I know. That's actually what got me watching the movie because fucking Prim's Hood Cinema did a video, and I'm just looking at myself like, you know what? This nigga's actually fucking right, yo.
Right?
Cause I thought I thought this little boy was like some fucking. He thought he nigga was a philosopher or some shit.
He looked ashy as fuck too. He needed a lineup.
Nigga.
His lip looked crusty. Like, what the fuck? They didn't live in the projects.
You can tell he was trying to cop a feel from Vivica A. Fox and shit. You know that, right?
Right. He was fine.
Shit.
Sam said, I love cream peas. I don't like no peas at all.
Yeah, I'm not a peas person.
Yeah. I'm definitely not burning out no crip and no peas. It got to be some gourmet shit for his peas. Fuck no.
Nigga can't even make some fucking peas, but you know everything about fucking
abortion. If it's like some lamb or something, that's understandable. But peas, no. That's what you're gonna tell the fire department, or you burn the crib down for over peas? Not even lamb?
Like, this boy knows what adultery is, but he can't make some peas. Think about that.
Exactly. How the fuck you know at his age? You know what adultery is, but you can't make no damn peas.
This boy is too damn grown for his age. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Hanging around all them females all day.
Sure, I won't be surprised. Sure, I won't be surprised.
That's the conversation that comes up in class. Oh, my so what did you do for the weekend? Oh, I went camping. Or they spent the night at a friend's house, but this nigga know. Oh well, my aunt's husband was cheating on her. How do you know about adultery at your age?
Got social services coming to the fucking house and shit.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness, I don't know who was worse, fucking Eve or this nigga Ahmad and shit. Eve's from Eve Bayou and shit.
I don't remember. I saw Eve a long time ago. Eve's Bayou. She ain't burn no peas though.
Nah, but she damn well killed her dad.
He almost killed everybody in the damn house over peas.
Hold on, let me. I gotta put one clip that had me rolled. Let me pull up that fucking clip.
Imagine you get locked up for that. You tell them what you go tell the inmates? Oh, I'm in jail because I burned my house down over peas. They will laugh at you. They will literally laugh at you.
Sure, they make soul food out of his little ass and shit.
Right? Exactly. Like, what? Why are you in here, bro?
Shit. Nigga thought he was Malcolm X's grandson for a minute and shit. Let me stop.
Yo.
Let me stop.
Pass the peas like they used to say.
Bro, I can't believe I made. If y'all don't know about that Malcolm X joke, yeah, y'all the MVPs and shit. I can't believe I made that. Oh shit! Look!
Is it that serious? You got finance knee along. Like, why would you get mad? My Lord.
This is my part right here.
That part is so cringy, yo. Look, that's
away from me.
Yeah, that's assault. That's assault right there.
Don't fucking touch me!
Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me!
It's the don't fucking touch me!
He tried too hard for that scene.
Yeah, this
That's
wasn't one of
assault.
Mackay
You going to jail?
Pfeiffer's.
You could go to jail right now for that. That's assault. If she called the cops right now, you could go to jail for that.
You go to jail. You go to jail now, Playboy.
Yeah. Then you
Go to
really
jail
lost
now,
your woman
Playboy.
to her ex. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that serious. I felt like he was overacting in that scene.
Don't fucking touch me! God damn it! They don't
there's
even
some
have the
scenes in that
fucking
movie that's cringe-worthy, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Some of that shit did not age well.
Even the fire scene.
Right.
Oh, and this nigga right here. Can we talk about this perverted ass motherfucker?
He was just dead. He was
This
just happy to be
booby-eyed.
He was happy to get
What
some
was
food.
his purpose?
To get some food?
It's like it's coming from the kitchen.
Jesus Christ. All that over Pete.
Oh shit, come on!
Look at this scoop. Okay.
How long did that
nigga.
nigga put the peas on for?
This nigga had a kitchen towel. A kitchen towel, my friends.
That's not gonna put it out. You need a
I-
fire
I-
extinguisher,
okay.
or you call it. You either have to get a fire extinguisher, or you call the firefighters. So, yeah. That ain't gonna put it out.
Whoa! These niggas are stupid.
For real. How did she know to get the fire extinguisher and they don't?
Exactly. Nah, but Loki though, I'm not gonna lie. She was trying to sell the house. She just wanted about the money. She
Right?
just wanted that money. She's like, oh no, I just made a sale for the house and shit. But look how quickly she got the fire extinguisher.
Exactly.
These niggas are using fucking kitchen towels, Johnson
Kitchen
and all that
towels.
bullshit. Like nigga.
Using hand rags and shit.
Right, hand wags, yeah.
Oh no.
And this dumb motherfucker.
I was making some peas.
I forgot. I left the time on the stove.
Jesus Christ. Yo. That was crazy.
Slap this boy right now.
That was so cringe. I swear. Yo, that scene was so cringe, yo. I swear to you. Unbelievable. I really don't want to watch that again. I'm just now remembering like all the cringe-worthy moments in that film.
Slap this boy. Slap him.
Yeah, right. Why the background music was cringy too. Why was that needed? Why was that needed?
That's like the traumatic that's the climatic Disney fucking background music and shit. That's the music they play when fucking Scar and Simba had that fight and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I forgot. I left the time on the stove.
Go fucking burn over some peace. Peace.
Oh,
Peace.
He gotta be banned from the kitchen for good. Like he can't come back in ever. You burning peas.
You gotta be banned for life.
I can't trust you with meatloaf. I can't trust you with bacon. You burning peas.
I can't trust him with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
He would have to be banned. He would have to be banned from the kitchen for life in that house.
Nigga lost his black card and shit.
Right? Like nah. You can go anywhere else in the house, but not the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? No, that's off limits to you. You know, nigga might burn the house down making some tea.
I'm gonna show you another classic clip before I head out and shit. Oh shit. Now, this scene, this scene right here.
That was funny.
Man, my little sister tell me you can't keep your motherfucking hands. No, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Nigga, you think my sister a hoe or something? No, that's your fucking toy.
Nah, I think she purdy. Goba Pile sounding ass motherfucker.
Right? Melinda Wood.
And then this is the moment right here when she fell in love with this nigga and shit like that.
Right? He had to get his ass kicked.
Fuck you too, nigga. What? Y'all want some of me? Yeah. What? I guess so. This is my fight. Okay.
Watch out this nigga slaps him. Fuck you!
I sworn I saw the light. I held she fell to me from the heavens. Thursday, it was his fist.
Yo!
Fell to me from the heavens. My mistake.
How could you talk to her after that ass whooping your brother gave you?
My
How
nigga,
could you talk to her after that?
you know what?
How could he talk to her after that? After her brother gave you an ass whooping in front of everybody. He really wanted that pussy.
Look, I'm sorry.
In real life,
Fucking Goma Pile sounding
she wouldn't
ass.
have gotten no play from him after that. In real life, she would have left. She was not gonna hook up with that nigga after that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. It's the no, I think she purdy.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm gonna play one more clip. So we're just playing random movie clips and shit, cause what's another scene that kind of
That was cringy.
yes.
Another scene that was cringy. That was
Ooh. When fucking Mr. Darnell flipped over that desk and shit. Lean on me.
You know me, right?
Okay. I don't know what's more fun. The way he flipped the desk, acting like he gonna do something, or Morgan Freeman's face and shit. Shit.
Benson.
Mr. Clark, you had no right.
That's hilarious.
He didn't have to do those boys like that. They actually got him sitting with the students.
Levias, these miscreants don't know the school song. They've got 3 days detention. Mr. Donnell, into my office.
Okay, fellas, come on up.
Mr. Clark, this is what was that all
Distinctly
about.
said, no one move during the singing of the school song. Now, if you can't understand, find another place to work.
I was picking up a piece of paper.
Contradicted me in front of my students.
They're my students.
They are my students, Mr. Donnell.
Just what are you trying to prove? I'm working my ass off for you. Took the demotion. I'm doing my job. And you're just getting your rocks off by treating me like trash.
No, sir. That's what you were picking up.
God damn it. You give me the goddamn respect you would damn well want yourself, or I will kick your black ass.
You are sus.
So this nigga really did not give a fuck about his job at this point.
He was pissed.
For real. The way, first of all, this nigga snatched the folders from his head, right? That's strike one. Strike two, he said 2 curse words at me. Then strike 3, this nigga flipped over the desk like he motherfucking Incredible Hulk or The Rock.
Seems like this always make you feel like high blood pressure.
Let's continue. Let's see where this goes.
Damn it. You give me
Damn
the
you.
goddamn respect you would damn well want yourself, or kick your black ass.
Black
You are
ass.
suspended, sir. As of right now.
As of right now.
Shit. Damn. I feel bad. Who would win in that fight? I got my money on the guy that flipped over the table.
Nigga, I got my money on Joe Clark, man. Joe Clark can beat some ass, man.
Joe Clark would have probably cheated and used the bullhorn on his ass, but I got my money on the dude that just flipped the table over. I think he would have won.
Oh God! You give me the damn right respect, or I'll kick your black ass.
No,
Oh,
I just felt
my
like his
God.
anger through that scene, yo.
Oh shit!
Thanks, bro.
And my
This is
nigga
nothing.
Benson.
I've got
Benson.
union lawyers threatening me. It's talk of a walkout. Well, let them. They're not teaching anything down there anyway.
But no
Then
lie,
it's
this is
your
my
job
favorite
to
scene
do
of the
something.
whole
One of them has a
movie.
personal stake in that school, Frank. Not one. The fire chief was just here. He says it's illegal to bar those doors. Mrs. Barrett is organizing a parents group to try to get you removed since you insulted them at that meeting the other night when you suggested that they get off welfare.
Oh, I didn't mean
Because the
that.
fact is, quite a few of them need it. I wasn't talking to all of them, Frank. Now look.
It's funny how he said you shouldn't have said that welfare joke, even though it wasn't true. I'm like,
Right.
the shade alone in that statement.
Right? I wasn't talking to all of them. There's some niggas, not all of them.
Right?
You came in. You disappoint me, brother. You disappoint me.
The disappointment here is you.
Me?
Yes.
Look, you know who I am. You know me 30 years. You knew what I would do. You know how
Nigga,
I
can you
operate.
keep quiet? The fact is, you're screwing up. You're alienating everybody. Look at you. You have no life. Your wife left you. I ought to walk out on you myself.
Well, go ahead. Bail the hell on out.
But I said I would back you up. That's what you said, Frank. That's what you said. Brother, I will go through the fire with you. But you are not taking care of business. This shit you're pulling now, you're just going plain loco. Now, you suspend Darnell. What the hell was that?
Darnell is symptomatic of the disciplinary problem
He is
that
a
we're having in
good,
this entire
strong,
system.
young black teacher.
The only nigga
So
that
he
shut Joe Clark
dumped
up in this whole
desk
fucking
right on
movie.
top of your head. Well, right on. Good for him. You will reinstate that man, you hear? And then you fire Mrs. Elliott. Why? Because she didn't want to kiss your ass. Well, I wouldn't either. How about that?
Mrs. Elliott has an ego.
Yeah, well, you lost the best teacher we had. We couldn't get her back now if we wanted.
I don't have time for Mrs. Elliott's problem.
You better make time.
We are being crucified by a process that is turning black into a permanent underclass here, Frank. A permanent underclass. No, see, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody. Mrs. Elliott's missionary zeal about Mozart has nothing to do with the problem. Nothing. What good is Mozart going to do a bunch of children who can't go out and get a job?
Joe, your
Kiss
personal
my
battles
black ass.
are going to cost us the war. Worry about the test scores.
What the hell you think I'm worried about, Frank?
End of discussion. Debate is over. You will write a formal apology.
I will.
A formal apology for your treatment of Mrs. Elliott and Darnell and for your vicious and thoughtless insult to the women of this community. You will kowtow. You will step and fetch.
Frank, if you think you can
Get
hit me,
used to it. It's the way of the world.
Wow.
If you're so
That's
hot
some
on
slave
discipline, then
words. Step in
goddamn it, start by accepting mine.
You
'Cause
said what?
contrary to popular
That's some slave. That's some slave talk. You telling them step and fetch. You will
Bye.
be my nigga. You will be my nigga whenever I
You a
want you to
tap
be.
dance for me, boy.
Right.
Tap dance for me.
Stop playing, monkey.
of Mrs. Elliott and Darnell and for your vicious and thoughtless insult to the women of this community. You will kowtow. You will step and fetch.
Frank, if you think you
Get
can
used to it. It's the way of the world. If you're so hot on discipline, then goddamn it, start by accepting mine.
Imagine if
Contrary to
Benson yelled at
popular
Clayton like
opinion,
this.
I'm the head
If
nigger
my
in
boss
charge.
ever talked to me like that, I would fucking leave. Fuck that.
Yo, look at the. First of all, look at the way he slams
Yeah,
the
he-
fucking.
Popular
He didn't even
opinion,
go through the damn
then
door.
goddamn
Like
it, start by accepting mine. Because
he hopped over like Bo and Luke did in the general league.
Look.
He did that leg swing. You know that leg swing? That's the leg swing that Bo and Luke
Yeah.
did in the Dukes of Hazzard when they got into the general league.
Right.
They didn't go through the door. They just like did that leg switch and right into the window and shit.
Worry about the
Exactly.
What the hell you think I'm worried about, Frank?
End of
What the hell
discussion.
you think I'm worried
Debate
about?
is over. You will write a formal apology.
I will what?
A formal
I
apology.
will what?
For your treatment of Mrs. Elliott and Darnell and for your vicious and thoughtless insult to the women of this community. You will kowtow. You will step and fetch.
You will
Get
kowtow.
used to it. It's the way of the world.
Step and
If
fetch,
you're so
nigga.
hot on discipline, then goddamn it, start by accepting mine. Because contrary to
Goddamn it.
popular opinion, I'm the
Start by
head
accepting
nigger in
mine.
charge.
The HNIC. That's where Prodigy got it from. He did the head nigga in charge a leg kick.
Come on, let's get something.
Right. And at the end, he's all like, "Let's go get a drink, man." That's some real nigga shit. I'm gonna yell at you, but at the same
Yo.
time, we still respect each other.
There's no way, there's no way in hell I'm going to drink. I'm gonna drink with you after that. Fuck no. I'm throwing that drink on your black ass. I'm not having no drink with you. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. After he basically told you you're gonna be my pet nigga, no. Fuck that.
Nigga, I would have walked the fire for you.
He did that leg swing over the. What nigga does that? What black man does that? Nobody does that.
Nigga, I thought you were gonna bust his nuts
leg
when you
swing.
did
That was
that
like the whitest leg swing from a black man ever.
I thought you were gonna bust his nuts when you did that shit for the first time.
He didn't even go through the door. He just did that leg swing. He's like, "Oh, I'm too lazy to
Hey,
go
like,
through the door."
what was the point of the leg swing, nigga? Like, really?
The leg swing that's the head nigga in charge leg swing. That's why he did it. He's like, "Yo, I'm the head nigga in charge. Look at the leg swing."
Shit.
I made my point.
Shit.
Wow.
If only Benson talked to Clayton like that.
Right? How ironic is that? You want the other dude to Tao when step and fetch, and you play the damn butler on a sitcom.
He wasn't a butler. He became budget director and all that shit. He was a butler on Soap.
Oh, what was he on Benson? I thought he was the butler on Benson.
On Benson, he was like the head of housekeeping. Then he became the budget director. Then he became the lieutenant governor. Yeah.
So he was working under the white man, basically. But you want your nigga to work under you, right? What's the irony in that?
First of all, I love Benson. How the hell a butler become a lieutenant governor? First of
all, how did that happen? In what state? Kansas?
I mean, the budget director. I get the budget director, but this nigga became a lieutenant governor. I'm like, what? That's Donald Trump's inspiration. Fuck. Once Benson became governor, Donald Trump was like, "Yeah, I can run for president and shit."
Right.
Think about it. We have Benson to thank for Donald Trump.
He was popular back then, so.
Now let me stop. I might actually end this video because it's about to be 3 hours and shit.
No.
I'm already wasting my fucking minutes and shit because StreamYard done said, almost out of minutes. I was like, okay, shut the fuck up. Alright. So I'm gonna end this video off right here. Just little announcements tomorrow. We're gonna talk about one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Martin.
Doing that on Tuesday night or Wednesday?
Tuesday night at 10 p.m.
Tuesday night, okay.
10 p.m. Because I gotta go to DMV on Wednesday, so I'm trying to end this video off by midnight,
Cool.
So really can't wait to talk about Martin. Ashley's gonna join us, Mike is gonna join us. My homeboy may join us as well too. So
it's a full Martin party on Tuesday night.
It's ironic I'm not doing this on Thursday because I did New York Undercover and Living Single on Thursday and shit. I'm doing Martin on Tuesday. Wow.
Well, that's Thanksgiving, right? So it's a holiday.
Shit. We did the whole black shows on Fox and minus Bernie Mac show and shit.
Right.
Which is gonna come soon.
I wasn't a fan of that. Was not a fan.
Okay, I guess I gotta.
That was when I wasn't watching sitcoms in the 2000s. So,
how do you not like Bernie Mac show?
Yeah.
Come on,
I like him better as a comedian.
You saved yourself. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, but I watched that show over my wife and kids.
I didn't watch it. I mean, I watched it in syndication, like a couple episodes, but I wasn't like watching it like that.
I guess it's a national test, emergency test right now.
Yes.
Why do they do that shit at 3 in the morning?
Why do they do? I want to say, why do they do that still?
Right, like,
like if aliens ever invade us, it's gonna be too late to ring the alarm. We're gonna be dead by then.
Man, one time I was knocked out. All of a sudden I heard, man, I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. That shit came on. I was mad as fuck.
Where was the alerts on 9/11? We didn't get that shit.
Shit.
I don't know why they still do that.
Where was the alerts in the Capitol hearings and shit?
Right, exactly.
All right. Then Wednesday, is gonna be contemporary Jeep music from The King and I.
Yes.
I'm not sure about the time on that one yet. I'm not sure about the time.
Christian better be here for that because he asked for that shit.
With Christian? Oh yeah.
Yeah. man.
because this review is you can't miss this review, man.
Yeah.
We want to talk about one of the greatest boom bap albums ever.
Yep.
All right. Also, next week is going to be the collection video as well.
Yes.
Hope you got all your albums.
My last pickups is gonna be this week, so
Yeah.
my last few pickups.
Did you like the invitation I sent you and shit?
Yeah, I got it. That was dope. A formal invitation. I'm like, shit, you never did this before.
Nah, because it's like I never had as much people.
We got to dress up. We got to wear like a
Nah, ain't nobody gonna dress up, man. I mean, I may wear my Rocco's Modern Life shirt, but I don't
Oh
know.
my lord.
No.
You need to burn that shit.
Nah, nigga.
Boombox was good. What you doing up so late, bro?
What up, Boom? Yeah, you better wrap this shit up, man. Shit. Yeah, man. It's her birthday next week anyway.
That's dope. See, my mom just celebrated hers, so we had a great dinner.
And happy birthday to your moms.
Yeah, man. 70 years old. The big 70.
Amen.
And she don't look like 70. I'm happy. That woman taught me everything I know. That's when you see me on all these platforms, she's the reason why.
Got you. Boombox has 825.
Oh yeah. He overseas. I forgot. World Cup today. Who's playing?
Yeah, man. What was I was about to say? Yeah, I done booked a fucking hotel room for the missus for next week and shit. So
right.
Yeah, the most luxurious shit. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do it big. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not his birthday, Ronnie. It's my mother's birthday. That's what let's talk about. Ronnie, I don't know if Ronnie can't hear us or what.
Shit. Honestly, I used to miss when Ronnie used to be sending me them fucking news and shit like that.
I'm glad you don't do that. We don't need that. We have Instagram. We get all the news.
Yeah. Ever since, I was like, yo.
No, we don't need that.
Other than that, hope everyone has a very good night, and for Boombox, a very good morning.
Yes.
Appreciate this try as usual.
Out.
I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
All right. Peace.